But yeah, no, this should be a super fun one. Nagoriyuki has been just everywhere, right? The character is so good, gets to do so many good things, especially this patch, being able to use the momentum of Rikyo to Beyblade and just do everything else. And look at that. The blood gauge was honestly just simply buffed, right? At no levels, you're basically the same as you were, and at increased levels, you're even better than you were.
Yeah, but on the flip side, though, people have been really kind of sleeping on Mei. We did get to see Mei in grand finals of EVO with that international competition, right? Still an incredibly strong character as well, but you're right. Most of the people have been focusing on Nagoriyuki. You see this corner pressure already with the overhead kiss. Is going to be able to break the wall of this with the Dolphin, getting that positive bonus.
Yep. We're going to see instant BRC. Cannot beat the Dolphin. Does go for the hero burst right at the end, though, but with only a pixel remaining, you are going to be falling short there.
Yeah, and of course, Mei is going to excel in the air, right, against Nagoriyuki. Nagoriyuki does have some pretty decent anti-air options, especially that 2H, but it's a matter of can he get it out in time before those big buttons from Mei come down. But speaking of big buttons, here's a mortal counter. No wall break, though. That's great for Apotheosis.
It's okay. We do got to suggest a little bit more. That's that big button you were just talking about. This should break the wall, and it should be enough to kill, even without spending the tension.
All right, so tied up in rounds here, fighting to take the first game. I wonder what the round start situation is going to be. It's again with that 5K. That's what McLambzy really likes to lean into.
It's still working for now, but look at that. Dash forward, gets the counter hit, already forcing out the burst here in this final round. Neither player will be getting that again for the most part. At least I don't think Apotheosis will get it. But look at that. Gets the Vampire Bite, gets all that free reign to just let the blood cut loose into the overdrive, and that should be enough to kill.
Oh yeah, the wall break is going to add on just enough damage there, and there it is. Game 1 is going to go to Apotheosis here. But pretty good play from McLambzy, though. Like, utilizing a lot of Mei's strong options. It's just that you have to guess right more than Apotheosis does, right? That's the nature of fighting Nagoriyuki. He is a very explosive character, and Apotheosis is really good under pressure as well.
Yeah, the characters does just so much damage. Honestly, it's kind of ridiculous just how much damage this character can put out. I would like to see a little bit more of those movement options that we were talking about, though, from McLambzy, right? Like, you have so much agency in the air to be able to adjust your timings, and it can really mess up a lot of the Nagoriyukis that are trying to anti-air you. But if you're just going to play mid-screen and just try and out-neutral this Nagoriyuki, you're probably not going to be on the winning end most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, you've already seen these challenges and these whip punishes, and again, a counter hit there with the Beyblade, right? A great low immediately into the fast dust. Gonna be able to break the wall with the 6H, and Senor Haman coming through with the raid. Thank you so much. If you guys are joining us, we have just started our very first match, and I have an over 100 player bracket, so there's gonna be a lot more good games to come.
Yeah, plenty of action coming up for you guys. Oh, and look at that. Already, I don't think that side swap was intentional, but we take those. Gets the blood pop as well. And even that is not a deterrent because you're just going to mash buttons.
Exactly. You know what? We take those. We take those.
They just poked them out of the sky.
I love that with the JD. Nearly got a full confirmed pickup as well. Unfortunately, the 5D not launching them high enough to pick up with a 5K, but that's all right. Able to take it, and that's a quick 2-0 right now. Just needs one more to move forward here in the pools.
Yeah, it is first to 3, obviously. It's Guilty Gear Strive. It's so explosive. You'd need that third game just to make sure that nobody is on, the salty end, I guess. Oh, you're still out salt, right? But especially in this matchup, right? Nagoriyuki versus Mei, it's an ocean of salt coming through.
Absolutely. Oh my god, what a clash there on that 2H. There's the overhead kiss, close to the corner as well. They're going to go for the wall break. No, the burst is going to come out from Apotheosis. Oh, this is going to hurt really bad. Do they have it? Okay, not going to break it with the super. Holding on to that meter. Understandable. There's the BRC. They just need one more touch to do it, and that's going to be it.
I hesitate to call it greedy, right? Having 100 tension and not using the overdrive to break the wall, but like it comes back so fast in that situation. And you only needed the one RC to get the kill. But either way, they make it work. Dolphins are flying ever forward. And look at that. Another wall splat. Charges it up. Takes them for a ride.
Apotheosis is really just being smothered by those anchor normals there from Mei, right? Finally able to get a little bit of footing, putting Mei in the corner here, but immediately a Dolphin's going to allow her to escape into a counter hit 2S.
Yeah. And then the RC trades, but look at this combo. This is going to hurt. Oh, the blood pop. Kind of messed up what they were trying to do, but shouldn't be too big of a deal until the Dolphin.
That was
tough.
chip damage as well. Apotheosis got caught not holding FD. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I think they thought they were safe enough at a distance to not expect that Dolphin, but I mean, they were down to a pixel anyway because of the pop, so they really had to play perfect at that point. But for now, they get a game on the board, so McLambzy's gonna be able to hang out for a little bit longer here in winner's side. Let's see if they can make this, reverse comeback.
Yeah, I really like how they were pressuring Apotheosis in the corner there, just kind of smothering them and harassing them with those big normals, those anchor normals specifically, right, to try and stop the startup of Apotheosis moves or catch the startup frame. They really need to lean into that a bit more, but when they get put in the corner, they just kind of crumple against this pressure.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, look at that counter hit. The whole screen froze, and then we're on the other side of the wall. I must have blacked out or something, but look at that. Dead again. Instantly coming through.
And Might RQ coming through with the Prime subscription. Thank you so much for the support.
Down start, 2K again, coming through. Alright. Changing it up a little bit, mashing on some Ps. But is it enough? No, that stomp comes through.
Oh, and the burst to keep the momentum here. Just wants to push McLambzy back into the corner, but a nice 5P of RA out.
The grab. Chases it up with the Dolphin, the ERC. But oh my god, this sword is so big! What are you supposed to do as a poor little girl with just a Dolphin friend?
Oh, not that though. And Apotheosis is going to go up 3-1 over McLambzy pretty decisively as well.
That was potentially the one thing not actually reminds me of what Proxy said was the #1 worst character in the game as Potemkin.
Yes. Oh, you know what? You actually might be right on that one. But also, I want to give a huge shout out to ASAP Bambi for the $5 direct contribution to the match arena.
Yeah, actually, chat's right. I completely forgot Potemkin was in this game until Proxy brought it up, which is why I conceded the thought that they were single-handedly the #1 worst character in the game. But I like watching them when they're on screen because it's kind of like that thing where if you're still playing Potemkin at this point, you really know how the character works, hopefully. And against the matchup like Chipp, like you can absolutely explode this character. He's got the lowest guts, the lowest HP, the lowest will to live, and he'll just throw himself at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's live fast, die hard. That is the Chimp mantra right now, and you can already see barely at any health left. One more touch, he could sneeze on him, and Chip will die. But Nuclear is keeping the pressure on, gets the dash cancel as well, and forces the burst out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that we're seeing Chipp do all the time is they'll RC, and then they'll just run cancel at you. And it's like a no-mix because you're seeing them sprint at you, and you're like, all right, they're going to press a button. And then all of a sudden you go to press, and somehow their button's always faster. It's weird.
I mean, he's got that 3-frame normal, right? Fastest button in the game along with Sola, but right now has to hold this Garuda. Look at that chip damage.
Yeah, it's kind of nutty, but it could be worse, right? Are you dead? You are dead. Holy moly. I didn't believe. Holy.
My god, yeah, Chip dies in like 3 Potemkin busters. Two and change.
Yeah, I think because the second one puts you in guts, technically.
Yes.
So you got to work a little bit harder for the extra 100 damage, but yeah, I mean this is like the antithesis matchup, right? Where it's like the big PV tank that's technically not even the tankest character in the game versus the leaf on the wind that just blows away whenever you do something to him.
Yeah, it's all a matter of can Potemkin catch Chip? That is the matchup, right? If Potemkin catches Chip, it's over. But if Chip is able to play around all Potemkin's slow normals, they can just run over him, right? Just build up that snowball of momentum and keep it going until the match ends.
Yeah, and it's honestly gotten a lot easier for Chipp to play that avoidance game right now with the addition of the fast RCs and the fact that you can keep so much tension afterwards, up to like 28% if you're fast enough. That's half of another RC. Well, it's more than half, honestly, chat. So it's kind of nutty that you can get away with that. And then, Potemkin still has to touch you somehow? Like, that's almost an impossible task.
There's a touch already, gets backdashes on Wake Up and gets hit by the Gerudo, so their back is up against the wall, but able to escape, utilizing that triple jump there from Chipp.
Oh my. He just juggled the jab with himself. That's insane.
Oh,
they both try to grab each other. Oh no. All right, DP's out. Get off of me. Says NuclearMonje. I hope I'm saying that right. I honestly don't know. I've never seen that spelling.
Oh, catches the backdash there, but wasn't able to pick up with the 2H. Unfortunate.
Still has the phone. Nice counter hit coming through. Gets the knockdown. Goes for the overhead, and the back mega fist gets him out safely. Not for long.
All right, RC tries to go for the overhead, lands, and immediately goes into the throw. I love that. Tried to go for the 2D to get the OTG. Not quite fast enough, though, but that's all right. A run up 5P would be enough to take the round.
So a little bit more life coming out of Nuclear this time around. Nice backdash on the slide as well. All right. We're starting to see some mix happening, right? Like game one, it was kind of statuey. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it.
A little more like footsies heavy, right? Yeah, a little more footsies heavy,
That's
trying to go for those whiff punishes, but now getting a little more confident, trying to go for these mix-ups. They just need to confirm into combos after those mix-ups, right?
Yeah, and I don't hate the gold burst attempt either, because there's so much of Potemkin that just isn't really burstable, right? Like, you can't burst a command grab. You can't really burst what's happening to you right now. So go for the gold burst. Try and get the tension to just run that mix even more.
I actually love that 5D as well when you least expect it here. Going airborne, tries to go for the JD.
Pressure applied. Oh, gets the jump P.
Yeah, so Nuclear is having some issues picking up some of these combos because Potemkin is a super heavyweight, right? So trying to go for that JP, and then picking them up as they fall into the corner, you need to be a little bit faster or change which button you go for that confirm due to the weight that Potemkin has. And there's a wall run, jumps right into a 6P.
Yeah. Is Potemkin the only one in his weight class? Or am I thinking of Iron Giant from Multiverses?
No, yeah, Potemkin shares a weight class with Nagoriyuki and Gold Lewis.
Gold
They're
Lewis
all
as well.
super
Okay.
heavyweights, yeah.
So game two actually going on over to Thuganomicon as well. Able to, hang out in the storm of Chipp and comes out ahead.
Well, I know,
Leo?
I see chat. I know Leo's heavy, but Leo's not a super heavy, right? Because there's a difference between heavy and super heavy. I'm pretty sure there's 4 weight classes: light, medium, heavy, and super heavy. Maybe I'm wrong about that. That's how it is in Exerd.
No, they both say weight heavy on Dust Loop. So
okay,
I mean,
just 3 here. Okay, so I was mistaken about that. My brain is still in Exerd mode. Thank you,
I am living and dying by the Dust Loop. So they could be lying to me, but for now, we're not lying about this combo string as we go through the wall. Gonna spend the tension. I like it. Get the Oki and the positive bonus.
Hard knockdown. Goes for the safe jump pressure. Okay, back Mega Fist. Best reversal.
Second best. It used to be Gigantor, but not anymore. They decided they didn't want that.
Oh no, another Uzumaki barrage though. Not quite.
Any other character would have been dead.
Yeah, Potemkin is a gutsy boy, but there's a quick 6K though to get the overhead and close out that round.
Definitely a bit of a turnaround there. Much faster, able to get through the health bar of Potemkin, and that's really like the difference, right? If we can see Nuclear like end of round fast, then they are much more likely to have the advantage. If they are trying to just like stand through like the brawl that they're going through right now, like they're always going to end up on the lesser end because they have less HP.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, they also have a really large uphill battle to climb, right? They need to reverse 3-0 Thuganomicon here, which is going to be very difficult with the amount of damage that Potemkin can dish out and how well Thuganomicon has been playing the matchup.
Yeah. With the run up, OTG into potential mix. All right, it's working out.
No! Gold burst!
Oh no, but they don't end it with the overdrive PRC or BRC. That's that other defensive option you were talking about, and it worked out because it lasts Trevor now, pretty much.
Gigantor into 5D, big brain moves there. Keeps trying to go for this Potemkin buster, but Nuclear is just way too slippery, not getting caught by them after that very first one.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. Like, now, I think you kind of have to adjust to using Garuda to start it, right? Because we've seen Nuclear get hit by Garuda a few times now, and then, you know, you just let the Potemkin Buster rip then. Yeah, it's not as much damage, but, like, hey, man. Like, how are you going to complain about damage against Chipp?
Really good call out there, though, with the Mega Fist backwards, still locked down in the corner. Is Nuclear going to break the wall here? No, they don't. They opt to hold onto the wall. They want one more confirm. I really love this decision. For the backwards Mega Fist, and blocks the burst. Oh my god, that should be it with the wall break here. Thuganomicon going up 3-0 over Nuclear.
Yeah, I guess Potemkin, I don't know. Potemkin's still terrible. I got nothing.
Speaking of characters that explode, we are going to have some more Eno going up against Ramlethal here with Larry Cage versus Lapriz on the birthday train.
Yeah, Ramlethal obviously was nerfed a little bit this patch, gave him a couple compensatory buffs as well, but still really good. You know, being able to do a whole lot of the stuff she was doing beforehand. It's just, you know, you got to structure it a little bit differently. But Eno, again, adjusted, nerfed, however you want to call it, is now in control a little bit. I mean, like, Ramlethal is a really good 6P, so you could disrupt a lot of this.
Yeah, and we already saw that Larry Cage checked Lapriz there with the 2A. See, they're checking them a lot there with the 2A on their pressure. Able to get the knockdown, goes for the double overhead mix-up here. Should be able to break the wall with the Fortismo, and that's going to kill as well.
Yeah, Ramlethal's not super tanky, right? Like, she's, you know, an average HP character, average guts. So when you get, you know, full combo like that, it is going to be pretty significant because, you know, she doesn't necessarily need more damage. She does quite a lot, as we're seeing right now. Like, that was not an extended string. That was 4 or 5 hits.
Yeah, for a mix-up heavy character with some of the best mix in the entire game, she definitely does very respectable damage. And right now, Larry Cage showing that she has very good defense as well.
Yeah, I really love that, using the dive to get away. Sets up the nope potential for the meaty. But other than that, that's a bit aggressive, but no punish.
Oh, no, they might actually be dead here, though. Lapriz has 50 meter, goes straight into the laser.
Yeah. We're talking about high damaging overdrives. That laser is near the top. You are going to die 9 times out of 10.
Well, the laser does even extra damage because it's so many hits, right? And those so many hits will cut through your guts.
Yep. And then the fact that, you know, you eat the entirety of the super and then the wall break, which is not something, you know, you get with those one-hit supers. It's one blast and you're done. But look at that. Going through the wall again. Oki plus positive bonus. Going to be the benefits for Larry Cage here. And look at that. He even got the meteor wake up, but no. Don't let it slip. Larry, don't let it happen to you.
Oh, what an IBFD there. Able to release a little bit of the tension, right?
Strokes into the corner.
Okay, Larry Cage is kind of playing insane right now with these callouts.
Yeah, I mean, it's the safe enough button, right? That you're not going to get wholly punished if it does, you know, whiff or block or anything like that. But it's just enough that you can get the second one into the full combo. And I think that's actually part of the universal changes that came through this patch.
Yeah, it definitely, the light counter hits, part of those universal changes makes it way easier to confirm into more combos, right? Definitely a huge buff across the board for so many characters.
Unless you're Soul bad guy.
True.
That's fine. We don't need to see more of that character. Sets up the note, takes him to the corner, and already Lapriz forced to burst.
All right, and Larry going for the fast RC combo here. Going to get the wall break as well with the Chemical Love.
Oh, boy.
Okay. A perfect there right off the bat from Larry Cage.
Coming out, swinging, taking the momentum from game 1. Gets the full combo. And then one more sequence to break the wall. There we go. Oh my god. Did Lapriz set the controller down? Like, what is... All right, there it is. All right, they're back. All right, strokes forward. Oh, positive bonus coming through. The aggressive attempt there.
I like that they were trying to go for the walk-up throw, but mistimed it a little bit. Doesn't matter. They're able to take game 2 very fast. That was a blink and you miss it match there, and we are going straight into game 3 with Larry Cage up 2-0.
Yeah, and rewatching that burst on the stream, I actually really like it, right? They delayed it just enough that it wasn't a burst bait. I'm sure they would have liked it a little bit more to be the typical tempo burst that puts Lapriz back in the corner. But right? Like you can do stuff mid-screen. You're not super concerned about corner control. It's ideal, sure, but you can do enough mid-screen that you're not super worried about sending them the opposite way. And now this is potential final game here for Larry Cage.
Oh, Larry Cage is
Disrespectful.
kind of insane right now. Normally, when you go for that hop, most players can kind of react to it and throw out a 5P or a 6P or something to stuff you out in your next button. Knowing that that was going to be an option there, immediately went for hop into Gold Burst to get all that meter. Great IBSE as well, but Lapriz is going to catch them slipping just a little bit.
Drop the combo though. Hate to see that. Goes for the overdrive reversal. Not going to be successful. And of course you're going to die because it's Ramlethal. She does a ton of damage. But I respect it, right? Because we talked about this earlier where it's like you need to present your options to make sure that your opponent knows to respect them. We talk about air control, but, reversal overdrives, it's the same boat. So Larry knows that maybe they can't get away with that as much.
And he goes for that double sword slam, is able to actually get the mortal counter, but Larry Cage not deterred at all, immediately turning it up.
Yeah, even got the low hit. PRC chase down coming through. That's going to be a wall break. Oh, no, it's not. But the sword tries to stroke out, but no. The explosion is too quick.
But that dive is going to do it there, and we are sitting at set point now for Larry Cage. Again. All right, greedy. Larry Cage is getting really greedy. Now they're just trying to play it smooth.
That one was definitely a bit too much, but they're even still going to get the overhead hit. Gets the nice little link combo afterwards. Forward throw. They're definitely setting up for a one-touch kill, I imagine, but it's not going to be enough as we go through the wall. Now it's a one-touch situation, and Larry Cage has a huge advantage.
Oh, that micro walk forward into the 2K, but Lapriz actually able to escape. They don't have a lot of meter on deck, though, so Chipp is going to be a factor here.
Yeah, it's actually a one-touch hit, and Lapriz is aware. Lapriz knows the situation.
Oh my god, it actually hits. Didn't have the meter to confirm into anything, though, unfortunately. Backdashes, it gets the mortal counter, runs up, is going to be able to break the wall here. Not going to build up enough meter in time for Super, opts to hold onto the corner. I love that.
Oh, PRC in the sky, Helmbreaker, the Gold Burst attempt, and it's gonna be the Chipp punish for the kill.
So close there. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Lapriz. I wanted them to be able to take that round. I wanted to see more of this match. Nearly made.
Mango for Tango is by far and away my favorite Testament player. They do some insane stuff with this character. Testament already, they received a lot of love this patch, and they can do some sick stuff already. And Mango for Tango just takes full advantage of it. The teleport plays that we're gonna see potentially are top notch. The problem is they're up against potentially the patch winner of Baiken, right? Like there is not a single character that can say they got as many buffs.
Baiken arguably top 5 now, right?
Oh, 100%. I would easily take that bet.
And we want to talk about mix-up game. Baiken has insane mix-up with insane damage as well, and she's also a pretty healthy character life-wise. Here we go, just keeping the pressure on. That 2K coming out, going to be able to close out the first round.
Yeah, there's just so much going on with this character. You got both H and S Kabari, which are insane in their own rights. The Tatami Gaishin, which is a good pressure tool. The TK Yozansen, which, we've known about all along. But with the change this patch to how her inputs are read, it just kind of makes it a little over the top, in my opinion. But it just annihilates everybody. And it's got such a huge hitbox, and any hit, as we're seeing here, is a full combo. Yeah.
And the biggest issue here is, while Testament has very good pressure and very good keep away game, they don't really have a great up close game, and they don't really have any strong reversals. So a character like Baiken can absolutely smother them, like we just saw with Doran 2K taking the very first game here.
Yeah, I mean, Testament's 6P is really good. It's just that Baiken's air options are similarly really freaking good. And then Testament, yeah, there's no defensive options minus the frame 1 reversal overdrive, which you need tension for, which, like, Testament kind of wants tension for RCs when they do finally get the hit because they're so successful in those types of combos. And, ideally, your mid screen, setting up stain state, potentially getting, you know, like a 2K or a 2D or something that just pops them up and you can get a full combo afterwards. But all of their normals are, I would say, slow. I don't think they have a fast normal in the whole character, really.
Yeah, I mean, the key thing for any Testament player is you have to control the pace of the game. If you're not controlling the pace of the game, you've already lost. During 2K, gonna burst out there, did not want to allow Mango for Tango to get any Oki started.
Yeah, and you can kind of see what Mango's doing right now. They're setting up a lot of Arbiter Sign, trying to potentially keep Doran out, but Arbiter Sign's super slow. On block is very punishable, so you do need to pay attention. That's that frame 1 reversal. It's, you know, very similar to Ramlethal's, but again, now you don't have that for a potential YRC or even a red RC if you can finally get a hit.
Yep, and there we go with the Yozansen. Still not able to kill, but the 6K is going to catch Doran Kuke. Not in a counter hit state. Looked like they might have been caught in their jumping frames.
Yeah, Mango likes to jump a lot because it's such a good option for Testament, being able to jump and Grave Reaper and teleport to the Crow and things like that. Like, it's just very useful. But counter hits are very punishing.
Yeah, especially with the 2H counter hit, right? Being able to go underneath the Crow like that is so strong. Doran 2K going to be able to get this wall break here. Positive bonus on deck, but Mango still has nearly 100 meter to work with.
Positive bonus coming through here for Doran as well. And honestly, they can just shoot him, right?
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Oh, the PRC to make it safe, though. Eats up that Mango tension that we were looking forward to. Arbiter Sign. Arbiter Sign is such a weird tool. I can't get over how used it is compared to the numbers on it. But the Crow works out, but Abare.
One thing I'm noticing in this matchup a lot, too, is that at the end of many strings, Mango for Tango really likes to go for that far slash or that heavy slash, right? That's a very horizontal reaching button, which is not exactly the best thing to do against Baiken, because in neutral against Testament, Baiken's really going to want to take to the skies a lot more. A lot of IAD Tatami, a lot of IAD JS to try and get over those long horizontal buttons. I want to see Mango maybe try and go for more preemptive 6Ps or more just anything that can kind of hit that upwards angle, right? Especially, they're getting blown up as well by that 6H underneath the Crow every single time.
Yeah, and then that time it was the cross of Yozansen. And I mean, honestly, the jump as Kabari coming through from Baiken it's I hate to say it, it's too good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so good. It covers everything, and if you hit it from so far away, it's not a lot of characters have an answer for it directly.
Yeah, I mean, I like that we saw them try to establish some 6P and 6H, right, Mango? That is what they really need to show some more of, because Doran 2K is just going to the skies in neutral, doing a lot of instant air dashes in. Oh, the parry.
Oh, we finally see the parry coming out, and Testament's not an easy character to parry because, like you said, these normals are quite long. So a lot of times you just end up getting the guard cancel version of it, or the guard crush version. Not what we saw there, that's what I'm trying to say. But there it is, Stain State, gonna get whiffed.
Okay, very smart YRC there from Mango. You see the BRC, you know that some kind of mix-up is coming. You need to get the pressure off of you just a little bit. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter. Doran is going to put them through the wall. That trade is going to be in Mango's favor, but one more touch, and it is over for them, and there it is. Doran 2K taking it 3-0 over Mango.
Yeah, the air normals from Testament can be kind of wonky. Goth Mommy, Testament coming through here. But if you look at it from a gameplay perspective, Ramlethal is pretty much better in just about every way.
Yeah, one day she'll win a major.
Listen, results-based analysis is never good, but you cannot fight the fact that Ramlethal barely shows up in major top 8s, let alone winning the things.
Right now, Sola doing a really good job. What a call out on the teleport there against Flowerman. Able to get the full punish, going to be able to break the wall with, oh my god, a Kara super. Sola showing up.
Yeah, coming through, just pressing buttons forward. They beat it? They didn't even block they didn't block punish. They just straight up beat the reversal. Like, listen, chat, I know that you guys all just said Ram's so bad. Nah, I'm not believing you guys. Hold that.
Teleport forward there into the low, though. Now Flowerman gets to run some of the pressure. Gonna get the throw. Stain is still on. You have to hold all of this.
Yep. Reapplies it just for good measure after popping it off. Arbiter Sign comes out, and it's blocked. We got fast reactions coming through here from Sola. Not that time, though.
Nope, trying to go for those overheads, though. I love the PRC, fast PRC backwards into the far slash.
Coming through with the sword, but we're just going to get the jump out. But nice slow walk back from Sola. Keeps it super simple, just sends him right through the wall. We're into the guts mode, but all you got to do is not that. Positive bonus, not going to save you that time, Sola.
All right, immediately ID backwards into Grave Reaper. Trying to send out that Crow to get that Stain State on deck, but Sola being very slippery. Finally, the Stain State hits, but you're trying to play that long-range footsies game with Ram, and you are going to pay for it. Put here into the corner. There's the throw. Meaty explosion.
Man, even just goes for the MP jump into the throw. Arbiter Sign going to go whiffing. Here comes the Grave Reaper, followed up by the Unholy Diver. Definitely a true combo. I like that. They actually mixed it up. They didn't go for the Unholy Diver after the Grave Reaper. They're just sending out the Arbiter Sign. Low Arbiter Sign. Apparently it's unblockable. Gold Burst comes out. No punish, but there it is. Slash. Flowerman taking game 1.
So Flowerman is doing exactly what we were talking about last game when we were talking about how Testament really wants to use their meter. They want to use their meter to keep themselves safe and navigate neutral, exactly the way Flowerman is. You're seeing a lot of PRC backwards after throwing out Grave Reapers into a button, right? To try and catch Sola either approaching through the air or approaching on the ground. And it's working out really well for Flowerman, allowing them to control the pace of the match the way that they see fit.
Yeah. And then, even though they won game 1, you definitely see the points of life from Sola, right? Where they get the slash, heavy slash, overdrive combo that does 60% of Testament's HP bar through the wall. It's just that, like you said, this neutral game is like a minefield coming through from Flowerman. And, you know, it's not a Happy Chaos level, you know, bullet hell, but it's definitely tough to navigate for Ramlethal right now. Because you can't just throw your swords out, right? Like, you need to hold on to those a little bit more than definitely in previous patches. Nice little 2K, 2D.
Yeah, and that was in response to the dash cancel there from Sola as well.
Sola just straight up not respecting the low Arbiter Sign. They're getting annihilated by it in neutral.
Oh, but what a clean counter hit jump, and that's going to force the burst out of Sola. YRC.
Really smart YRC. It blocks out on the sword explosion. And look at that. The chase down comes through. No punish there on the big button. Oh, that explosion didn't reach? That's crazy. I'm actually surprised. But look at that. They're dashing forward and eating so much free damage.
Yeah, and we saw that Flowerman was leaning really heavy into overhead Arbiter Sign in the very first match. Now they're throwing out low Arbiter Sign, and it's hitting every single time. But Sola able to take that round.
It's tough because, like, you're trying to, you know, not over air approach as Sola, but this round game is very not going your way. Flowerman is obviously practiced on this character, practiced in this matchup, and they're showcasing what you have to deal with as the Ramlethal player. That is an interesting option.
Yep, incredible setup there. They have to hold on to the Succubus, and the Succubus will actually apply Stained onto them, right? It does a few hits, so you can go for an overhead or low mix-up and then pick up with the Stained explosion.
Pretty good setup there coming in from Flowerman. And look at this. They keep getting such nice jump-in combos on these sword throw attempts, and that is gonna hurt. That was a nice little pickup there. They catch the backdash afterwards with the throw. Not enough to kill, but it's only a little bit more. And our low Arbiter side.
Yeah, catching the backdash that time, and that's a perfect from Testament. I think maybe one of the first perfects I've ever seen from Testament in a TNS bracket.
Yeah, they're not common, honestly. The character doesn't. They don't really. They're not a perfect character, right?
No, they get hit.
They're not. Yeah, like they have a lot to worry about between adding Stained State. You know, what negative button do they want to hit? You know, how are they going to play this on defense? How are they going to use their tension? So there's a lot going on, but Flowerman definitely has the read on Sola right now. And I don't know how many times I can say it, but low Arbiter side. It's just so good. It's so effective, apparently.
Yeah, and Flowerman's also really utilizing that 2K 2D so well with Testament here. Back is up against the wall, gets caught trying to press.
Yeah, even got the counter hit too, but didn't have a follow-up for it. Here we go through the wall.
Sola is just flexing with all of these Kara cancels. Kara cancel sword toss is kind of nutty. PRC to keep the pressure going, flips right back in.
Listen, was a Kara cancel worth it if you lose?
It's for style. Oh, there's this
okay. Yeah, just right in the face. Changes it up with the overhead. Arbiter sign that time as well. PRC trying to keep the air option safe with 2K2D Grave Reaper.
The Stain Explosion actually does enough to kill, and Flowerman is on set point. They call him Flowerman because he is putting flowers in Sola's grave right now.
I got nothing, Jobber. I got nothing left. Back throw coming through, sets up the Grave Reaper for the Unholy Diver eventually coming through. Oh, didn't even need the Stain State that time. And look, oh, they get the pickup? All right. I think they wanted a 5K potentially, but if you're going to backdash, I'm going to hit you, is what Flowerman's saying.
Sola's just having such a difficult time figuring out how to escape this pressure there in the corner. Was finally able to get out. It's not over yet. They just need one nice big hit, but drops the pickup after the sword explosion, and that's going to be it. Flowerman taking it 3-0.
Listen, I said Mango for Tango was cracked as a Testament player. Oh, God.
I didn't plan that, but
this is the worst mirror match in the entire game.
And we're getting red versus blue here. Well, it's more like a tomato sauce consistency here for Macho.
Tomatoes not red where you're from?
Well, the tomato sauce is like a reddish orange, you know? But look at this. They're just clapping at each other with these eddies. The 6P comes out, but water immediately bursts, and not even want to give Macho the chance to start running Oki.
Yep. I do think that's the right call, but now that you don't have it, you do have to hold all of this mix. And Zato, one of the scariest characters to have to block against in the game right now. And I mean, look at all of these options. The benefit that Blue has right now, that Water has right now, is they play the same character. So they know when to block, they know the tricks, they know the flow chart. And look at that. They're now coming out ahead.
The Amorphous is going to break the wall here. Has the Eddy gauge available, so Little Eddy is going to be going out there with the Pierce.
YRC, I like it, breaks out the Eddy. Even the Pierce challenges, oh, they believed something. They didn't think their button was going to hit, but
it looked like
clap on them.
I wonder if the breaking the law or the break the law there was trying to call out a gold, not a gold burst, excuse me, a YRC from Water 1. They had the meter available, right? YRC, of course, we know is a very strong tool against Zato, being able to get rid of Little Eddy.
Yep. The fact that it hit probably just messed up both their plans, honestly. But here we go through the wall. Amorphous. The JD changes, I remember when they were announced, everybody was like, oh man, that kind of ruins whatever I want to do now. And now look at it. Everybody loves that move.
I mean, it just
overdrive.
doing what it did before, and there it is, right? The JD mix-up, comboing straight into the frog, but didn't even need the frog to close that out. Tied up now in rounds.
Yep. Round start, float coming out here from Macho. Definitely gets the buttons going. Didn't have a lot of Eddy meter left, so they did have to kind of let them back up. Gets the regular throw. When do we start seeing command grabs into the mix? Because Zato's is insane.
And there we go, breaking the wall, and a big shout as well to Little Skullrot with a $15 contribution to the Matcherino, and a perfect coming out from Macho as well.
That's what you get for your $15. Now that was a nice call out on the gold burst there. Was really pressing the buttons forward, pressing the pressure forward. And like I said, the matchup here, you know, we talk about how mirror matches always kind of showcase like who truly knows their character inside and out, right? Because like you guys have the same tools. In essence, you have the same flow chart, but you might not necessarily have the same style of play. And Zato has a lot of ways to really express themselves, right? Like we all kind of fall back into like the clap combos in the corners and the frog sandwiches and things like that. But like there's a lot of options you can do with Eddy, right? Like we get the oppose early here from Water, whereas Macho went with the aggressive route by going Pierce. And you know, they just let it go eventually.
Yeah, and I like that you mentioned that because that is a very Guilty Gear thing, being able to freestyle with your character and play your character in many different ways. And right now, Macho being incredibly aggressive. There's the throw in the corner, trying to keep the pressure on with that JD, goes low and is able to break the wall here with a 5H.
Had already used the tension to RC though, so they don't have the option of Oki. But they don't need it. They just get the counter hit.
Yeah, and there we go. Clean round there for Macho.
Yeah, they're looking very practiced on the Zato. Even in the matchup itself, look at that. They're going to get a mid-screen jump dust and be able to link it into a wall break combo. Just Zato things. The 2v1 out here.
And look at this. I love the way that they're just stalling in the air, trying to run out Water 1's Eddy gauge, and it's going to work out. Now you see them trying to approach.
That's it. They use a lot of their own to get here. And the tension is actually used to keep pressure on, not going for the sword overdrive to get the gauge back. And just as the gauge reveals, Water takes their turn.
But what a 5P to snipe out little Eddy. And once again, Water is on the back foot. That risk gauge is so high. But then they're able to turn it around.
Up with a burst, keeps the tempo on the side of Macho. And they're going to connect the JP into Frog. Oh, that's insane. Look at that. Now we got eddies everywhere. Oh, the drill's actually going to beat out the Frog, and now you should die. Actually, with Amorphous on deck, you're 100% dead.
For sure.
Team 2.
What a round, though. Just swinging back and forth all the way down to 50 seconds on the clock. That is one of the longer Strive rounds that you get to see.
Yeah. I think that is a Zato mirror match specialty for the most part. Not too many characters are going to leave you alive for that long. But for the Zato players out there, this is a really good matchup and match in general to watch to see how to navigate your own neutral that you have to deal with, right? Like you're seeing Water play very defensively in pretty much all aspects, whereas Macho is always pressing a button forward, always trying to get something out of it. And you can see that they're at least for now, much more successful in the neutral.
Yeah, and there's always the meme that Guilty Gear characters are notoriously bad at dealing with their own tools, right? So that is why you're seeing Macho be very successful, because they are the one forcing the situations, utilizing their tools way more aggressively than Water is. But Water able to get a JD that's going to force the burst immediately out of Macho. What a 2P as well to call out little Eddy.
Yep, and then right after that, they trade drills. The drill itself beat out Macho's Eddy. And we're seeing a lot of oppose from Water, whereas like I feel like we're not seeing as much from Macho. Like they're using it obviously, but it seems like Water really wants to stop pressure.
Atomisk, it is Big Blast Sonic. That's the name of the song. But there's a great throw tech as well from Macho, trying to fight their way out of the corner here.
There's a command grab. It's really good. Doesn't have any tension to back it up though, so just gets the Oki afterwards. Doesn't get the link after Pierce, but they might not need it.
Full 5D. Yep, gets the 2S pickup, goes immediately into Amorphous. I love it. Don't even give an opportunity, a shadow of a doubt to drop that combo.
Yeah, definitely. As Brad Muse would like to say, keep it simple, stupid. I don't know. He mixes it up on me, and I never can truly get the read on it, but that was sick. Going underground to make Eddy go for the cross-up. It's every Zato playbook. But now you got to hold this pressure. Stay same side. 2K2D, 2K2D, 2K, 2P.
Yeah, that 2K into the delayed 2P. What a pickup here, though, from Macho.
I think you're dead.
Yeah.
Morphus does work. It really does be eating people out here.
It is such a good super. So good. Oh, there's the 5D though in the corner. Drops the confirm, unfortunately. A gold burst coming out from Macho as well.
Interesting sword use there. It's actually going to work out though into a second one. That is, that's not the word. Command grab's going to whiff.
Yeah, this is the chance for Water to capitalize here. They can't let this slip, and they whiff their own throw there because Macho was still in block stun.
Yeah, that's something you have to very much practice as Zato, right? If you're playing Zato, you have to be so intricately aware of what you're pressing with Eddy so that you don't mess up your own throw game. No tension, so you're still alive. One guess for the game.
Needs the FD. We're going to get chipped out here. The sword comes on.
And now you gotta deal with all the clapping.
Oh, yeah.
The applause.
At that situation, Water1 had to try and jump out of the pressure because they ran out of meter and they were going to be chipped out. It was basically a checkmate situation, right? There was no way for them to escape.
Every little tidbit of information is coming direct to your earballs as we head into this next matchup. It is Ruby versus Trevor Tsu, and we have Nagoriyuki versus Axel Low. Now, this is a matchup that I think used to be pretty bad for Nago just because of the movement changes the movement that he had. But now that they've adjusted it, I think this is actually pretty good for Nagoriyuki.
So if Nagoriyuki has blood available to throw out clone, it's good for Nagoriyuki. If he's at level 3, it's bad for Nagoriyuki. That's the best way to put it. Because we're seeing right now, he cannot afford to throw out a clone, right? Or else he's going to pop into Blood Rage. So Trevor can just play this classic Axel zoning game to perfection here. Able to take round 1 with almost a perfect.
Yeah, Trevor's also, like, insane. Trevor is such a good Axel player that they can just do whatever they want. They've played this matchup 1,000 times. Nago, one of the most popular characters in the game. You have undoubtedly gone through hundreds of them on the tower, and Trevor, intricately knowledgeable with this matchup.
Yeah, I'm loving the use of 2H here in neutral and that 5P, right? Actually decides to get aggressive this time, mixing it up, forces the burst there out of Ruby.
I like it. Even dodging on the command grab, and you're dead. Oh no.
Clothesline from hell, there it is.
They saw the blood gauge and they're like, wait, watch this.
And thank you, Red Shadow C, for the $60 donation. We appreciate the support.
Yeah, shout outs to you, chat. Every bit of the match Reno is going to support tonight's players, so you do know how that works out. And man, Trevor's so good. Trevor's like the player that I watch when I'm like, man, does Axel really that bad? And then I watch Trevor and I'm like, no, the character does stuff.
The only thing about Axel, honestly, is he hasn't changed that much between all of the patches, right? It's mostly been nerfs, but you still play him pretty much the exact same way.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, the biggest change was the adjustment to how you do Axel Bomber.
Yes, they're more consistent. You get one less loop, but they're way more consistent. Whether that's for the better or worse, who really knows? It's pretty much, I think, up to the player.
Yeah, it felt really weird. I don't think I've ever seen an input adjustment like that in my life anyway. And so I'm like, man, you just messed up everybody's, muscle memory. But listen, they're still Axel players, so they clearly figured it out. And we see so much more time stop from Axel players these days, because maybe it is because part of like what you said, the Axel bomb is more consistent, the damage is more consistent, like everything just works more in their favor.
Yeah, and Trevor is just playing this neutral to perfection. Finally, Ruby is able to get a nice 2S 5H, now has Trevor into the corner, and they cannot afford to allow them to escape. But what a 2K 2D underneath the 6K from Nagoriyuki.
Axel being shown once again how few reversals they truly have in their back pocket. But like you said, high blood here for Ruby means they don't get the free entrance, but do they need it? They might not. YRC, blood still incredibly high, counter hit, that might be enough. The burst bait certainly is.
And ends it with the bomber for style as well. Trevor up 2-0.
Really, really nice play there coming in from Trevor once again. Held out through the Nago pressure, just having to down back and wait their turn. But they're used to it. They've played against so many other characters in this game that are just going to throw you into the corner and have a good time. But heading into game 3 now, Trevor 2-0 in the lead. Let's see if they can close it out strong for our third or fourth 3-0 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a snowball so far here at TNS, but there's still plenty of action going forward. And here we go. I love the check there with the 2P at round start, which is honestly kind of scary because challenging Nagoriyuki as any character at round start is a terrifying prospect.
Yeah, I remember, I think I was talking to Maverick, and they were saying that like Nago has easily like one of the best round starts of any character in the roster, and it's scary because if you do get hit, how many times do you start a round with 50% or less HP?
Yeah, absolutely. That DP is so strong, but what's incredibly strong as well is Trevor's spacing game. It is unreal right now. Really the mark of a high-level Axel player. Fades out the throw as well with the JH. Going to get the confirm into the bomber. Is now on set point.
Trevor's just styling now. Just gonna go run up, cross up. That time it's a counter hit, but it doesn't even really matter. Instant burst trying to buy tempo.
Oh, grabbing the Voltiyon.
And that just gives you so much space to play with now as Trevor. The clone comes through, but that blood is popping, actually.
Oh, gonna reel in. Needs to be careful, though. Oh, my God, the confirm. No! Drops it. That might have actually been enough to kill.
Oh, and the command grab, Axle Bomber.
Not the teabag before the Axle Bomber.
No, it was the old input. They got messed up. Trevor got confused with the input. You know, we don't do that here. No worries.
On board here on the stream.
Yeah, MacMens having very strong showings in the last couple TNSs that they've been in. Definitely keeping the character alive, I would say. This character is better. I'm not going to say the character's good, but it's definitely been worse.
Yeah, the character is a lot more consistent now and has more consistent damage. But they've become a little bit more of a gorilla. It's not the same playstyle as they used to have. But here we go. MacMens able to block the burst. Drops the 5K pickup. Spinning in. Straight into the fusion.
Yeah, the spin change is definitely not what most people expected. But they seem to be somewhat, successful, I would say. But now you do have to hold all of this mix. And you're just not going to be holding much of anything as you go flying through the wall. This is a no baggage claim area.
Still has enough meter for super here. That's going to be able to break the wall and close out the first round for no! Wow, I thought for sure the damage on the wall break would have been enough, but that's all right. An Alpha Blade on the ground is going to do it.
You want to talk about healthy characters. Anji is right up there. The character keeps all his HP in his pecs, and there's always room for more.
You just got him out there, too.
Listen. Again, if I looked like that?
if you got it, flaunt it.
Exactly. All these other characters. Look at Chipp. I mean, Chipp's wearing an extra schmedium, so he's in the same boat. But like, listen. Look, oh man, where are you getting overhead PRCs? Danger mode now coming through here for Voltiyon.
Voltiyon going almost into danger penalty there just from blocking.
Yeah, that's almost expected in this matchup because Anji definitely does a lot of damage. And Chipp, I don't know how many times you guys have heard it, but if you don't know, doesn't have a lot of HP. But combos, he's got plenty of.
Oh, mix up there as well. Goes for the OTG straight into the Gamma Blade. But what a press out with the 2P from MacMens. They're still in this, gets the overhead, spends the meter. Voltiyon is down.
Yeah, that was a really smart recognition from MacMens. Saw that there was not enough tension for the RC, so that particular overhead is punishable. So we get to see that. Follows it up with a butt hop just to try and keep the space low. But I mean, this is like professional tag championships. Voltiyon does not want to be anywhere near MacMens unless they get the first hit.
Good job blocking that cross up, able to block the Alpha Blade as well. Another one, and challenges it with the Force Slash. Should be able to carry all the way to the wall.
That was an interesting pigeon play. I think it was potentially to get a burst, but
either that or they thought they were closer to the wall than they actually were, right? Wanted it to fall back down on top of them.
True. Oh, ooh, that was an interesting run under. It worked out in their favor. Gets the Gamma Blade command grab.
It has enough meter. Should be able to close out game one here with the wall break. JK.
I know that's the move. I know that he closed it out with the JK, but just the timing was too perfect.
Yeah, JK, that didn't kill. Sorry.
Nope,
back
sorry,
to
chat. The rollback frames hit us. We can't went back to neutral.
Have you? That's the worst. The worst is when you're playing and you get the slash appearing on the screen and then it rolls back.
You hate to see it, chat, but you definitely don't hate to see the matchup. Voltiyon doing a really good job to stay in the pockets of their effectiveness, right? Not letting, MacMens lock them down into the corner, always making sure that they have an escape route.
Yeah, I feel like Chipp really excels in this version of the game as a whiff punish heavy character. Oh no, speaking of whiff punishes there, you whiff your DP and you're not going to die, but it's going to hurt.
Yeah, and not really burstable either for the most part. And the twirl that round starts, a pretty strong opener.
Perfect grab the back there for MacMens. Challenging yet again with that 2K at round start, just trying to go for the fast buttons against a fast character like Chipp.
One thing we haven't yet seen from MacMens is actually the counter overdrive. They've been so successful on offense that they can use their tension for that. They don't necessarily need to be using, you know, a defensive version. But Twirl gets out the PRC back to neutral.
Oh, beautiful just blocks here, though, from MacMens, able to keep Voltiyon very close. But unfortunately, sometimes being closer is not better, as we're seeing right now with this pressure. There's the throw. Goes straight for the run-in, really deep meaty.
Everything was so delayed there from Voltiyon, and it just, every single button felt like there was a period in between them where they're just like a conscious pause, waiting for something to come out from MacMens. And then every single time, Voltiyon was faster, on block, and they finally got the connection. The Rekka pressure coming through gets the knockdown.
Wow, using the J2K immediately into the shuriken. I've never seen that before. There is nothing scarier than a Chipp who mixes through their options so randomly like Voltiyon is.
Yeah, I'm super curious what benefit you get out of that, honestly. I'd love to ask them about that. But right now, the benefit here is that they're always pressing buttons. Oh wait, it's MacMens' turn. Or is it?
The overhead, had to spend the RC to keep that safe. Oh no, they tried to challenge, but a great jump out from Voltiyon. Gets tossed though.
Oh, back throw. Locks him down with the pigeon combo. Butt hop forward, but everybody knows it's a throw. Everybody.
Yeah, that when they run up like that, you know what's coming.
Yeah, I mean that used to be the only option, right? Like you would get twirl, fusion, butt hop, throw. Like that, like when Anji dropped, that was all they had. So everybody got so used to just punishing that with their own throw. So I mean, even now that there's other options on the table, it's like old reliable. It's like that and run forward throw from Kai.
Absolutely, but here we go, jumping into what could possibly be the last game. Voltiyon getting the first blood, running straight into the mixed game.
Yeah, this is definitely a meat grinder matchup.
Oh my god, run up DP, that's confidence.
Gets the fast RC as well.
And you could just see the way that Voltiyon is playing, they feel a lot more comfortable in neutral, right? And in the matchup in general.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't really had too much opposing them. So they've been able to run their game for the most part. I like that burst. It does keep them off of the wall. But now they do have the block, and this is definitely where MacMens would prefer to be, but oh no, that hits. They can't lock down Chipp. Chipp's too fast.
Now they just need to find their one option to press. There's the spin, but the throw tech comes out. Voltiyon trying to fish for these whiff punishes. Great up block though from MacMens. Gets tossed into the corner, and one more throw is going to be able to do it. Not quite with the OTG.
Again, those guts coming through super heavy for MacMens, but now it is set point for Voltiyon. And it has been pretty lights out for them, I would say. I mean, if it wasn't for Anji's, health and guts level, I feel like this would have been over already, because we've seen so many situations where, MacMens is through the wall on a pixel. And, Chipp, not the highest damage character in the game, but he's not exactly weak either.
No, but he's incredibly fast, and that is very good against a character like Anji, who's a little on the slower side. There's the fast RC straight into the 2K 2D, forces the burst out of MacMens, goes for yet another fast RC into the low. MacMens is having a hard time escaping the corner, is finally able to do it, gets the throw into some butterfly. Oki has some meter as well to go for a mix-up.
Bro, there's so much damage to Chipp, and now you gotta hold this block. I thought that was gonna be another throw attempt. The overhead RC trying to keep the pressure going. Tap dust is gonna. Oh, okay.
Oh, my heart jumped into my stomach.
I was like, not like this, MacMens, but they persevered. That's all we gotta ask. DP on wake up just to say, get off of me. Voltiyon keeps the pressure forward, and look at that, gets knocked down. Good tempo with the clone.
Able to escape though, utilizing Fujin with the hop there to actually escape from the corner. I like that decision a lot from MacMens. Unfortunately, they get clipped by the overhead, and they're going to be put right into another corner, which has pretty much been their home this entire game.
We're actually going through the wall as well, which is even scarier for MacMens because it does give that positive bonus over to Voltiyon. Immediately, Red RC baits the burst and is able to close it out.
Yeah, very clean gameplay there from Voltiyon. They just got cleaner and cleaner as the set went on. Told MacMens, go be a ninja.
To play zoning.
Yeah, but both ways are still very viable, which is nice and the kind of changes you'd love to see. We're going to see if jdjones can play around Redtro's Chipp, though. And this, I feel like this is actually a pretty not great matchup for Happy Chaos, right?
Yeah, for a lot of the same reasons we're talking about how every matchup Chipp does well in. It's just really good. Having the amount of movement. If you don't have the curse on your opponent, then Chipp can very easily run away from the reticle. But as always, if you get hit, you're probably going to die because Happy Chaos damage is through the roof.
Yeah, and one thing we're already seeing, you need to have your dash blocks down against a character like Happy Chaos, right? Unfortunately, Redtro getting clipped a few times there while trying to run in, but now they have this pressure on, and jdjones has no burst to escape with.
You are going to have to block for a little while, but great backdash. That's something I think Happy Chaos players are actually really good at, is backdashing. But the air-to-airs, not the character's strong suit, so you are going to be going through the wall here. Redtro will definitely take that positive bonus. Thank you very much.
Kind of surprised to see Redtro go for that, but a wake-up DP straight into an RC, and that's going to be enough to close out that round, turning it back around just like that.
It's a pretty volatile matchup, I would say. Both characters can do a large number of damage with not a, well, I was gonna say not a lot of resources, but Happy Chaos really is resource management character. But I mean, just a few bullets and they can get a nice little sequence going. Plus their normals are insane, right? You got draw, you got 6S that we just hit there. We got 2K2D combos. Like the character can do a whole lot without bullets. It's just that, once we get the Deus Ex and they're reloaded, it's now time to play.
Oh no,
you got
getting
caught
so high up and still
no positive bonus?
No, they ran out of focus there. Really unfortunate, and they didn't have enough meter to actually go into the focus super, but that's all right. Able to get the 2K2D taking game one.
Yeah, they were like one tension away from being able to use the Deus Ex Machina, but I mean, 2K2D, it's really good. I feel like that character got the Kid Buu treatment where they get nerfed from their own tier to their own tier still. Like, oh boy. Granted, I'll wait to see how the mana changes are. Maybe they don't do 60% for free anymore, but with no changes to normals or to Zonk, I'm not hopeful that that character is dead yet. But the lobby fix has made it less dead, so we are going to be heading into the matchup here. This is game 2 right now, heading up onto the screen in just a second. They're letting the intros rock just to really make sure the room is together.
All right, jumping right into game number 2. We have Strider up against the man with the golden gun. Yeah, this color.
Oh, it is. You're right. But either way, oh, look at that. That's a really good button too.
Yeah, 2S.
We say that a lot, honestly. Maybe this character is too much.
Happy Chaos doesn't have a bad button, like for real.
Maybe 6P, but it's such a cool animation that I think I can forgive it.
Oh, but a
nice backdash on the grab. Yep. And now it's Chipp's turn. Redtro gonna be able to push the pressure. First applied. He just gets shot.
Ooh, yeah, really unfortunate there. jdjones going up around.
Yeah, that was potentially the worst timing. I think they saw the curse and were trying to get a punish opportunity, but the gun was ready. He was aimed. Oh, he tried to backdash it.
Gonna build up enough meter here for the super, reloading some of their bullets. And now Redtro is just having a really difficult time getting in on this classic Happy Chaos zoning game.
Perfect. Yeah, getting caught twice in a backdash there. I think it honestly shows a little bit of unfamiliarity with this matchup because, if you go back and look at all the Chipp matches we've had tonight, they've been against a whole slew of different characters, and backdash has been an incredibly useful tool. They've used it to dodge out on slide heads and Gerudos and grabs and command grabs and just big heavy buttons from other characters. But you can't backdash bullets. You just can't. It's a hit scan gun. There's no travel time on them. Like, if that reticle and curse is there, you're getting hit mid backflip.
Yeah, it is literally 5 frames between the button press and the bullet hitting you. And a big shout to Incendium Gaming for the raid. Hope your stream went well. If you're just joining us, we are still working our way through pools here.
Yeah, definitely tons of players here tonight. 117 total entered. And right now we are just watching the matchup between 2 of them, as that is not quite enough to get the kill into jdjones. Redtro in the best spot they've been in so far, and they're going to get themselves perfect.
That was really interesting. They're going for the TK Shuriken, but they were able to fall down and catch with the JP. So, you know, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I've always said Shuriken is the worst move in the game, but tonight we've seen a couple options come out of it. So maybe there is hope for that button, but the overhead comes through. Oh my god.
Yeah, and the overhead 6K actually catching jdjones' backdash there, which allowed Redtro to pick up for a full confirm and break the wall.
Positive bonus, plus Oki, the YRC just to buy some space.
More swapping sides there with the J2K. Uzumaki Barrage, not quite. I keep my channel points.
Nope, no channel points here, and then the run-up overhead.
That's all right.
No
I'm terrible at will it kill.
It's a very solid game mode.
I am a beggar out in the SageM chat. Like, please donate some channel points. I need to gamble more.
It's just the tin cup shaking it around.
Here we go. Redtro, jdjones going into game number 4 here.
So we definitely saw some really nice adjustments from Redtro, but I also kind of struggle to call them adjustments because they got the first hit, and after that it just cascaded down. Oh.
And this could be a very bad cascade for Redtro as well, losing their burst very early, but they're able to turn things around just a little bit. Has jdjones back up against the wall, but that burst is still on deck. The back throw and the JS.
The instant overhead, 2K2D gonna trade on both sides. Oh, the YRC when they could have potentially punished it.
I don't think they were expecting that run of DP at all. They probably had already committed. Baits out the burst there with the Alpha Blade, but not able to get much off of it.
And then the curse gunshot. I don't think it's technically a true combo, but it definitely seems like it with how many times Redtro's been hit by it. That was nice. The instant air Alpha Blade gonna work out. Oh my god. Oh, that's not even a wall combo, Jobber.
Your health, it's gone. Oh, there's
no.
the focus. Tries to catch the tech off there with the 5P. Not gonna do it. Oh, but this combo didn't have enough bullets to go for the ground shot, but that's all right. jdjones able to close it out 3-1 over Redtro.
Oh no, your health bar, it's broken. We are currently on the top 24 portion of tonight's bracket on the start GG, and this is it. Trevor versus Rat. We have Axel versus Millia.
This is a horrible matchup for Axel.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not exactly a good time, but Trevor showcasing that he's played it before, not gonna be going down lightly.
Yeah, as an Axel player, Millia is so popular that you have to learn this matchup if you want any chance to make it through a bracket. And there, what a 6P! Wow, the rarest button in the game, Axel 6P.
Yeah, not a whole lot of usage for it, but that one hit could spell tune as we do get the instant overhead eventually coming down into the overdrive. Millia gonna love all of that round start. Oki, what is the option though? Oh, I don't think super jump was what they wanted. Or maybe it was.
That must have been a missed input there. No reason to try and bait out the burst in this situation.
It would have. We didn't actually have good attention either. I was gonna say it would have potentially beat out the wake up reversal overdrive, but yeah, I don't think he actually had the tension. The burst perfectly timed there. Dodges out the hair wheel.
Trevor really wants to take this round, and the JH just hitting enough there, and Trevor able to pull it through the skin of their teeth.
Trevor's definitely absolutely cracked at this character. The matchup charts don't lie. They've never once lied. TK Bad Moon coming out.
With no meter to back it up.
Yeah, that was kind of sick. But Sets up the projectile, stays airborne forever. Gonna get the throw tag. Gold burst attempt, but they weren't ready for it. So all you get is the windmill punish.
And Trevor being a little bit more aggressive here, tries to go for the IED JP, but Millia was a little too high. Rat gonna get this hard knockdown into a nice mix-up, but drops the close slash conversion afterwards.
I don't think they believed their projectile was gonna hit. They weren't ready for it. No burst means that that hair wheel will connect. And it is gonna be able to close it out.
And I know we talk about how much of a genius Trevor is, but Rat is an absolutely insane Millia as well.
Just raw 2K Padman again. Gets the hairpin.
Capel blowing up the 2S there from Trevor.
V-chat, this is why Jobber doesn't like the matchup.
No, this matchup
it's a lot of blocking. A lot of blocking. A lot of getting hit.
It's also because Millia is so good at weaving the needle through the thread, right?
Wow.
She can put herself in positions that Axel cannot reach and cannot really anti-air, specifically directly above Axel. Axel really does not have an answer for that. The only answer for directly above them is close slash, but sometimes it comes out too slow to actually be able to counter the JH coming down on top of him.
Yeah. And as you saw there, Rat putting some absolute mix-ups coming through onto Trevor's head. And so Trevor's going to have to adapt, right? Like, if you cannot keep Millia in front or behind you even, because as long as they're not directly above, like you were just saying, you have an option. But if you give Millia an inch, she'll take a mile. She will knock you down. She will throw you. But that's a good start.
Oh, there's that close slash.
Yeah, it can work out really well when you get the timing on the incoming just right. But if you get wrong, oh, that was a sick just block.
Oh, see, there's that 2S getting blown up because Axel has to commit when they go for those anti-airs, right? Whether it's 2S or 6K, and if they guess wrong, that means Millia gets the knockdown and starts to run the mix-up game.
Yeah, and even that time, it was the command dash trying to beat it out. But even then, the second command dash got read by Trevor. They were ready that time.
Wow, going for Snail that close was very dangerous there from Trevor. That's not safe at all. Millia could have got a full punish.
Rainwater coming out again. Rainwater, such a good option here for Trevor, and I love that. The burst actually throws away the Axel bomber.
I believe
Rat
Rat actually would have died too if they got hit by that bomber. So they had to burst there, and what a 2K 2D crouching with low profiling Capel there with the 2K to stay safe. Just great stuff.
The back throw that Rat threw in there in the middle, I actually love the idea, right? Because if you just go for the normal forward throw, you're just putting Trevor deeper into the corner. Whereas if you put him, with the back throw, sure, it puts you in the corner and gives him the full screen to work with, but you're Millia Rage. You get to run mix. You can set up your projectile. You can stay same side. You can stay forward or opposite side. And that's now the guess that they have to make. So before, you have X amount of options. Now you got X times 2 options.
Seeing Trevor being very patient here on defense already, just trying to find the opportunity to throw out a Renson. There it comes. 2K2D as well, one of Axel's best tools to poke and get out of pressure.
Into the corner we go, Rainwater, but nowhere behind you is safe right now, Axel. You gotta hold this wall. Oh my, there's so many throws. Oh, but 2K2D finally gonna work out.
Yeah, and Rats spent their burst early there to try and be aggressive and keep Trevor in the corner, but Trevor is just kind of brute forcing their way out. Very low air throw is going to put Rat up against the wall this time.
Trevor is so good at air throws. We've seen so many from them tonight in multiple matchups so far, and I guarantee you we'll probably see more as the night goes on. 6P opposite side.
So this is more 6Ps from Axel than I've ever seen before, and we've only seen 2 of them.
And it's worked, right? It's clearly doing something right in this matchup specifically. I mean, if you're going to be able to get that type of hitbox coming out from Axel, that's definitely what you need to try and stop this pressure coming through. It's not going to work all the time, but when it works, it's worthwhile.
All right, just goes for the one overhead immediately into the low. But what a run-up 2K from Trevor. No fear challenging Rat in the footsies game.
I feel like you can't have fear in a matchup like this, right? Because otherwise they're just going to run all over you. Like, you need to force them to respect your options. And that was a great start. It got the burst. Even on the trade, they can't get picked up by Rat.
Oh no, TK Bad Moon actually doesn't go for a combo. Instead goes for the setup here.
Eventually it's going to work out. That should have been it, I believe. Air throw. Rainwater to stay safe, and now Axel has full screen to work with.
Rat might have just thrown this round away. Honestly, yeah, there it is, the 5P. Rat definitely had enough meter there to go for a full wall break combo and get the kill against Trevor, but they instead opted to go for the reset into a mix-up, and they paid for it with the game. And so now Trevor is up 2-1 against Rat.
Yeah, I mean, once the combo dropped, I feel like committing to the BRC there was a bit of a mistake because you didn't get anything off of it. And Trevor's willing to jump at you and back throw you into the corner while in the sky. So, and especially once that throw came out, there was no way Millia was going to be able to close that gap anymore. There was tension on the side of Trevor. They had a full screen to work with. You were just trapped in the corner, like your namesake, basically. And now, like, all that momentum that you had going for you a couple games ago is pretty much gone. You're already below 50%. You're at like 40% realistically. And Trevor has a really good game plan going on.
Job on defense as well. You're seeing even Rat is kind of just like trying to figure out, how am I going to approach this? How do I crack open Trevor?
Well, that's an attempt. I do like it. Without the PRC, it probably would have worked. Actually, no, because then you just don't push a button afterwards, right, as Axel, and you should recover in time.
Possibly, because Renson does have increased recovery, and you are in counter hit on the entire way back.
True. All right. Either way.
Better safe than sorry.
True. If you got the tension, no reason to not spend it. You don't take it with you into the next round, so do what you can. PRC, Rainwater, just trying to keep the screen behind him. Only needs one touch.
P check. All right, Trevor is now at set point here.
Looking super duper strong here. Gets the air throw again, and it does so much damage in the beginning of the round. No guts are applied yet, so it just chunks on through. But a couple mixes coming through here from Rat. Gets Trevor into the corner, but he's just going to core pops over. And now what do? Oh, he tried the air throw again, but it got beat up by the command dash.
Yeah, and you're seeing Rat as being a lot more reserved here in neutral. Very patient, not as explosive as they were earlier in the set.
Lots of backdash, instant air D, but we're not seeing command dashes forward. It's 1 to 2 touches more. One touch is all it takes.
Yep, JS into air snail, the Axel classic there. Trevor gonna go up 3-1 over Rat and qualify for top 8 winner's side. But
Marvelo's just gonna spend so much time dashing around, jumping at you, pushing buttons, that you might not even get the opportunity to set up a Grave Reaper, let alone anything else. The one benefit that you have on your side as Testament is that you will absolutely explode him once you get that stain state applied and you get a solid hit.
I think the main thing that you're going to see Testament relying on a lot in this matchup is 6P and 2K. And right off the bat, you see Flowerman trying to challenge with the 2K there. Those are two of Testament's best buttons. And against a fast character like Chipp, you definitely want to utilize your fastest buttons. And there's the 6P as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a 5-frame button, so it is, still not ideal against Chipp of all characters. But look at that. Overhead, fast RC, and then there's that lower Arbiter sign coming through. Success again.
Okay, we're going to send out the Succubi to get that Stain State on and get a mix-up going. Goes for the low option there. Sets up the Stain State yet again as well.
I'm actually surprised Marvelo just kind of held that. I definitely expected him to try and jump out of the Succubi, but gets the hit. Pressure being applied. Just now gets the 50 tension with the overhead. Is that enough to close it out? It is.
And Pangriac Stipple coming through with the tier 1 subscriptions. Thank you so much, as well as M. Tuggles McMuscle Buns for the subscription for 22 months. Thank you very much.
Shout outs to you guys at home, supporting the stream, supporting everybody involved. Look at that solid defense coming out from Flowerman, though, making sure that they're not getting any type of opening to Marvelo. But finally gonna get caught low, and the pickups come through. Look at that.
You can only weather the storm so much as Testament before Marvelo opens you up here. Gets the hard knockdown, goes for the other side mix-up. Oh, they tried to bait out the burst really hard there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get it.
Yeah, but I liked that they didn't bait the burst so hard they weren't able to pick up the combo afterwards, right? It still forced the burst out. You know that it's, you know, do or die time here for Flowerman, so they had to go for it eventually. How much that hurts?
Definitely against Chipp for sure. Tries to go for that tick throw there after the stain pops, but Marvelo's defense is just so on point. Flowerman back up against the wall again. Really needs to be careful throwing out those Arbiter signs because Marvelo is incredibly solid at whiff punishing. But there we go. They're able to take the round, tying this up in rounds now.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the numbers of Arbiter sign all you want. It doesn't matter. It still works. Everybody gets hit by it, high, low. Once you get that stain set applied, it's even deadlier too, as we've seen so many times here tonight from Flowerman specifically. But now you gotta hold this pressure, stayed high long enough to get the burst out.
Good challenge there with the 2K, but of course Marvelo is going to burst aggressively here to keep Flowerman in the corner exactly where they want them. Is able to land the overhead, but doesn't spend the meter. Does spend it on this one though, and closes out game one.
Every overhead in the book just came out of there, and it didn't lead to combos, but it doesn't have to. Not against a character like Testament. Their health bar is not super high, and Chipp has the pressure and knows that there's really not a fast enough button to challenge him, that he can just keep applying these little hits here and there, just burn through that HP bar a little bit, and eventually you'll get that wall stick, and then that's when you can really get your damage done.
Yeah, absolutely. But Marvelo looking incredibly clean here, and we're going to jump straight into game number 2. No delays at all. But Flowerman was playing very well also, and I think that they can just kind of clean up the neutral a little bit, and if they can lock down Marvelo, they really have a chance of taking this.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen what happens when they finally get a turn, right? Like, we've seen the Stain State combos that link into more Stain State. We've seen the Arbiter signs that, you know, we're given a chance to breathe. Like, you can't use that here. You're just going to get smacked in the face. You can't even get the Unholy Diver out to apply the Stain State. You just have to block. Tough burst coming out there. You hate to see it. It puts you in such a deficit because even now, you won't have this into the next round. Like, you are burstless until you win a round.
And what a pickup there as well from Marvelo, utilizing the fast RC so that they can fall and pick up with the ground bounce.
Goes for the cross-up, gets the knockdown into just regular throw. Look at how much screen space is being denied here from Flowerman. Marvelo is constantly either P1 or P2 corner, and you'll love to see it.
Reset into the command grab, disgusting, and then the upwards alpha blade for a perfect. 2 perfects in a row there from Marvelo. Didn't even give Flowerman a chance to play the game.
There's a reason I said what I said. This guy's insane. He's absolutely going to tear through you if you're not ready for the Chipp matchup.
And of course, Marvelo, a very strong Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 player. So a character like Chipp is absolutely natural for them. They're known for playing Strider as well, right? So what a perfect character to jump into with Guilty Gear.
Yeah, I mean, Bunch said it on stream last week. He's like, listen, Marvelo looked at the Guilty Gear roster, said, hey, that's Strider. I'm going to play that character. And here we are. So, I mean, it's just uncanny that what they can do with this character in this game. And you have to find an answer as the opponent, right? And, you know, that sounds very John Madden-esque, but, like, you just have to. Like, you don't have any other options. He's going to run through you. He already double perfected you, Flowerman. Like, what are you going to do to stop that from happening again?
Flowerman has pressed 2K so many times in this matchup. Is just trying to fish it out to catch Marvelo advancing forward or catch them landing, right? But finally able to get an overhead there with the Arbiter sign. Has 100 meter on deck. Calls out the jump up, and that should be enough to kill here with the wall break.
Yeah, because I was like, that's really not a damaging overdrive, forgetting that you can still also hit him with Arbiter Sign. But yeah, plenty of damage there. And the tripping sign is very tricky. Lots of people think that once the Unholy Diver is out and gone away, that's your opportunity to run forward. But you do still have to worry about like the 17 frame low, I think it is. Could be right.
It is long, but you know what? It doesn't matter how many frames it is. You're getting hit by it just like that.
That is enough to get a game. Flowerman, making the adjustments needed. Wow, I was way off. It was the low version is 24 frames.
Whew. Hey, I'm still getting hit. All right, even on PC. And so was Marvelo there at the end of that game. Flowerman looking like a completely different player. Like you said, definitely making the right adjustments, leaning a lot into that 2K and calling out the jump-ins a lot as well. That was a very big thing. Being able to blow up the jump-ins from Marvelo, shutting down that air approach, that is a big factor of how Chipp can get in on you if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, and it feels like he has more options than that, but he really doesn't, right? Like, the difference is what side he's falling down on once he comes down from the sky, right? Like, he's not like Millia, who can, compel and completely change her trajectory and things like that. Like, he's gonna come down. It's just, does he come down in front of you or behind you?
And this time it's Flowerman who comes down right on top of Marvelo's head there with the JH. Has the pressure going, nearly has 100 bars, spends the BRC to try and get some space in neutral, but they're going to get punished for it.
They actually went for the jump grab as well, which is pretty solid an option against Chipp, but Chipp made it to the ground first, and so with DP that time, it's not going to whiff. Burst is still available for Flowerman. But I think they're a little burned. I don't think they want to risk using it unless they know it's going to get them out.
They don't even get the opportunity, though, that command grab doing just enough damage.
Tough break there, but it does mean that they have burst this round, right? So they do get a second opportunity. And you just have to hope that you don't get bodied. I like it. Tempo burst, but it doesn't keep them in the corner. It gives them enough space to work with.
Uh-oh, Marvelo has started to make an adjustment here. It is run up 6P, and it is working. Gonna be able to get a ton of damage here with the wall break. JD, this could be the last interaction for Flowerman.
That combo looked like it was gonna drop at any moment, and just like that, the Arbiter Sign gets dodged out on PRC forward. 2K2D coming through, and Chipp, Marvelo, gonna take it 3-1.
That fall. Absolutely, here we go, jumping straight into it. The golden gun on deck there for jdjones. And little Eddie is immediately gone there. jdjones actually trading with Eddie, but man, comes back so fast. Zato is such a good character.
Yeah, definitely living the high life here in Guilty Gear Strive, but nice roll through. That's something we see a whole lot more of this season. And look at that, you're just gonna get blasted raw and into the Deus Ex Machina through the wall. Gets the reload, doesn't have a lot of concentration though, so is only gonna get one shot.
Macho definitely did not ask for this, but look at these backdashes coming out. Finally gets the gun chop into the steady aim, and that is going to be the first round of jdjones.
Yeah, really smart stuff there once the wall broke. Was aware that they had to dodge out on pretty much everything, but they just were waiting for the curse reticle to come through because they know it's going to be faster than a normal reticle. This is the opposite side of the matchup. This is the Zato-1 timeline.
But jdjones throwing out a sucker punch there. Still has plenty of meters. Super focus. No, opts not to go for the super focus, but Macho letting an amorphous rip, and jdjones just gets eaten by the shark.
I am constantly in awe about how little Clone does against overdrives. Did you know it doesn't block Baiken shot? I learned that last week. Like, Baiken gunshot just goes right through it.
I actually didn't know that. I thought it was stopped right on it.
You would think, but
evidently nope. jdjones wasn't aware that the shark was going to go straight through it either.
That's a big mouth shark. It was eating both the Happy Chaos and the clone. He was hungry. Gets the instant air overhead, but isn't able to follow it up with much. The concentration, but they're out of bullets.
Oh, that was a really great answer with the gold burst, right? No, seeing Macho run through the opposed, knowing that they were going to try and go for a command grab or something there, immediately letting that rip.
But now you gotta block in this corner. YRC to get rid of the Eddie. I like it. Keeps the pressure applied with those excellent normals of Happy Chaos. 6S coming out. Tension's kind of rough, but you gotta watch out for the tap dust. Every Zato player's dream. ERC forward.
Oh, got fuzzied there with the JD, but utilizes the 2S there to swipe out little Eddie, and jdjones able to take game 1 here over Macho.
The spacing on this 6P was just barely not there for Macho. Definitely tried to get the blocks done, but it whiffed. You're in recovery state. You're going to get shot. And unfortunately, like you said, game 1 going to jdjones. Macho with a great improvement towards the later half of that game, though they definitely know what they need to do. It's just how can they get it done?
Yeah, we're going to have to see here jumping into game number 2. Macho going to be aggressive right off the bat, but jdjones gets the mortal counter and takes the burst as well. Not a good start here for Macho.
Yeah, definitely what you want for jdjones fans everywhere, though. Oh, just whiffed on the 6S, but picks it right back up. Lets them down off the wall. No need to be hasty here. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Spaghetti.
Oh, tried to YRC underneath.
I like it.
So that was kind of scary for jdjones. Macho almost was able to bring that back, right? When jdjones, after the throw, could have just RC'd and gotten the kill immediately.
Yeah, it was kind of scary, but also scary is having to Potemkin out there in your own corner. There's so many different options. Goes for the command grab.
Scoop, so much damage, and just utilizes the 5K immediately there. Meaty able to catch jdjones. Amorphous, here we go. Not going to be quite enough to kill. Oh, never mind.
Excuse me?
I'm broke.
Daisuke?
There goes my channel points.
That cannot be Daisuke's vision. It just simply will not believe it. That said, totally normal to see that. That was definitely Daisuke's vision.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to get the Deus Ex Machina here to break the wall. Hard knockdown and a positive bonus for jdjones. Going to be able to keep the pressure going.
It has plenty of concentration on deck as well, so you're just going to see the rush down. But that whole sequence started with a not even a cross-correcting 6S, because it just hit behind him was what it was.
Yes.
And it sent Macho flying through the air into a couple charged gunshots. And then what was really good of jdjones is they actually had the great timing on the second 6S, right? Like, you all saw how high Macho was in the sky. Like, that very easily could have dropped, in my opinion. And jdjones kept their wits about him, timed the 6S perfectly, and did the thing. They did the combo.
Now they only need one more game to qualify for top 8 here, and Macho starting off pretty strong, putting jdjones back up against the wall. They're gonna have to bait out this burst, and unfortunately they aren't able to. Now jdjones setting out the clone, covering himself with the homies.
With the 6S, even gunshot not gonna cover it. So now you gotta block again, backdash attempts, but the opposer's still active, which means you are in for a ride. Gets the sword overdrive, so you refill the Eddie bar and get all the benefits of a normal one.
Goes for the double overhead. Ooh, straight into the scoop. That's gonna be enough.
Yeah. I don't know that this is a fact, but I feel in my heart of hearts that Zato's command grab, outside of Potemkin Buster, does the most damage.
Either that or Wild Throw.
Oh,
Wild Throw is pretty chunky.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those two.
Well, it's like the two characters I almost never see anymore. Soulback Guy and Potemkin. I totally forgot. All I see is Zato eating people with the shark cloud. But for now, we're seeing a long-distance relationship between these two. As they say that, they decide to meet in the middle. Deus Ex Machina with the wall break is going to be enough.
jdjones just getting a little bit closer there, and is just a little bit closer to qualifying for top 8. Only needs one more round.
Yeah, but Ito's command grab was an overdrive. I guess
True. Oh, there's the back throw though. jdjones in a great position.
Oh, even gets the curse application as they're trying to jump out. That's tragedy for Macho.
Yeah, and there's that whip punish as well with the gunshot. 6S to break the wall. Has positive bonus and a ton of meter. Goes straight into the super focus and starts to rush down.
Oh, but they trade. Yeah, super ballsy from Macho, and now they get a little bit of time playing the game, but that Eddie bar was not looking healthy towards the end. Brain Blast coming through, baits out the burst, even if it wasn't intentional, and it's enough to close it out. Oh man, listen. If you got the name, you got the name. I'm sorry if you feel called out.
Like,
That's
it's
just
like David or Matt.
Yeah, it's just typical Kai Kisuke names. Know who you are. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, you know, instead you could have been playing as Soul Bad Guy. It's like, would you rather be Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Michael Cera? It's like, come on. Like,
don't do Kai like that now. Come on.
they do look kind of similar, I'm not going to lie.
There we go. Chris Chaos able to get the back throw into the stun edge. Oki here. But Voltiyon been doing pretty good controlling neutral so far. Back up against the wall. And of course, Chipp with no health here. Going to pay for having no health by getting sent through the wall and into the next round.
Yep, and they hold on to the burst smartly so that they do get a second chance at life here in this second round. Man, huge counter hit to start the round. Side swap. Oh, wow, that's so many buttons being pressed right now. They went for the normal throw as well. Oh, they win the neutral.
I do love the patience here, though, from Chris, but unfortunately, that patience starts to backfire when you allow Chipp to just run over you like this.
Yeah, you only get as much patience as your health bar allows, and right now that wick is very low. That candle is burned at both ends at the moment. You have to hold everything, and that's so smart. They knew that they were going to have to fall down, and they hold dust.
Yeah, and I love that both of them held on to burst, saving it for the second round as well.
Immediate burst on that counter hit. You definitely have to respect that. And now gets the 2K knocked down. Sets up the stun edge.
Oh no! Chris had the right idea. It was just a little too far away when they tried to go for that throw. Great counter hit JS. A little too far away though for the 2S to connect.
BRC to try and make the jump out safe. A little successful, but a little ambitious with their button choices there. And Voltiyon notices that. What? Pause.
Yeah, no, very little recovery on that 6K, able to actually chase down the backdash and get the throw, keeping the pressure on. But what a backdash as well from Chris.
The first, last second into counter hit combo. That should be enough to close it out. Yes. Oh, wow.
And that is going to be game one to Voltiyon.
That was not what I wanted to see in chat, but here we are. Game one to Voltiyon. You'd love to see that. You know what I want to see more of in chat? Exclamation point Matcherino. That's what I should be seeing in chat right now. Yeah, the codes are all used up, but those sponsor quests are there forever. Be sure to click the link, click the sponsor quests, support tonight's players, because they've been killing it tonight. Tonight's bracket has been bonkers.
Yeah, not only the sponsor quest, but direct contributions as well. There are so many of you watching. We are only at $63 in the Matcherino. These guys are putting on such a good show for you tonight. We can definitely get that over 100. Let's go, guys.
Overthrow during the shock state, sets up the heavy stun edge, trying to keep that corner control.
Oh, 2K
nice timing.
Oh, I like them going for the OTG there to try and set up the cross-up. An immortal counter with the 2D. Goes for the run-up throw as well.
Keep the pressure on as well. Look at that. Sends up the clone. Sets up the first bait attempt. There it is. It was only a matter of time. I like it. They mix it up. Oh, okay.
Burst to keep the corner. I love it here. Going to be able to close out this round as well.
Had just enough for the red RC at the end. Shoutouts to Superman RD with the $5 contribution to tonight's Matcherino. You love to see it. Thank you so much. Counter hit. You love to see that as well.
Yeah, and yet again, Chris's back is up against the wall. It's so difficult to deal with this pressure. Wow, fast RC into J2K.
The Vapor Thrust comes out, though, finally setting the tone of that you cannot run your set on me forever. Eventually, I will bust out. But here we see Voltiyon again, just unrelenting pressure. Vapor Thrust. Stay away. 6 feet apart, please.
Oh, the BRC backwards to try and actually punish the Alpha Blade there. You saw that Voltiyon had to answer with their own, but no, I don't think they wanted that DP.
No, I don't think Voltiyon wanted their response either, but the chase down 6P into forward throw.
All right, Chris Chaos staying in this here, really needs this round. This is such an important round for momentum, right? You do not want to be put in a reverse 3-0 situation.
No, it's never a great start for your momentum. 6K is so grimy in this game from Kai Kisuke. But look at that. Gets the pressure applied. Backdash on the throw attempt, but PRC keeps it safe.
A little staggered pressure here. Coming out, tries to go for the low. Fast RC into another low there to open up Chris. But what a jump straight into Ride the Lightning.
But it's, even with it being chips enough, it's not enough damage to close it out. The throw attempt in the sky. There's still a burst on deck here for Voltiyon. Do they decide to use it is the answer. You definitely don't want to die with burst available. Oh, but they keep getting the hit, and that's going to do it.
My gut says that Chris tried to do wake up DP there, but kind of messed up the timing because they just got hit clean, standing there with that overhead. They probably wanted to go into wake up DP, and if it was blocked, it could have immediately RC'd and kept pressure on, right? Really unfortunate there for Chris, though, but Voltiyon is going to be going up 2-0 here. They only need one more to qualify for top 8 winner's side.
Yeah, and Voltiyon's already playing a momentum character, right? Like, if you're falling behind his chip, it's because you're just not reacting in time. Now you have to not only fix your in-game stuff, you have to fix your out-of-game mind, because you're already down 2-0. You can only make a mistake once. Maybe twice, because chip damage isn't insane. But, like, regardless, it's such a troubling hill to try and make your way back up. That's a great start, though.
Yeah, 6H, counter hit 6H specifically, the best start there for Kai. And Onde coming in with that $10 direct contribution to the match. Reno, thank you so much for the support.
If you're a Chris Chaos fan, they definitely need your support, though. They are not doing the healthiest right now. That's the first time we've seen a jump D from the Chris player tonight, the Kisuke player. Oh, but the overhead wreck is so punishing.
And Tong Never Sleeps coming through with the $3 direct contribution as well. Thank you, Tong.
Shout out to Tong. Just like that, Voltiyon, they heard that there were direct contributions, and they said, I want those. Please keep them coming. That was Voltiyon speaking, not me, obviously. It's the players that are benefiting. 2K, 2D knockdown into the heavy stun edge.
Oh, run up 2K, 2D. That's the fake out, right? When Kai runs up full screen, you're expecting the grab, but instead it's going to be an air throw here. Locked down in the corner. Chris Chaos finally in control for what feels like the first time in this set. Has plenty of health and meter to work with in this defensive position.
Oh. And it might be slipping away. Vapor Thrust, keeping it a little doozy. And that'll do it. Picking up a round here.
Kill set point, though, for Voltiyon, so Chris needs to play very well here. Nearly perfect. I love that. The 5K straight into the dash cancel and the throw. Backdashes as well just to get some staggered pressure going.
This is the time when you need to start playing disrespectful, right? Like, even if your button's going to be negative, throw it out anyway. Chipp's always trying to remove themselves from the corner, so you might get lucky, and it might just work out in your favor. And like that, Chris picks up a perfect, finally getting themselves on the board here. And that was such a tempo change from Chris. They constantly were on the front foot, being able to keep that block stun active, and there was only so much you could do from the side of Voltiyon. They didn't even attempt to DP.
But now they need to keep that ball rolling, keep that momentum in their corner, right? They cannot afford to give any room for Voltiyon to start to adapt because they still have to win 2 more games in a row.
True, but if you win this one, all that momentum's back on your side, and it turns the game into a best of 1, which, sure, against an RNG character like Chipp can sometimes feel like it might not be ideal, but it's better than, what you've already gone through. So, just like that, Voltiyon gets a nice jump in, goes for the mix-up attempt.
Voltiyon really likes to go for these fast RCs into lows after the sweeps, or after the second hit of the Rekka.
The backdash, big button, counter hit, always going to be coming out as a Chipp player. So you definitely have to be aware of that. And so now it's set point here for Voltiyon once again. Can we see the light switch here from Chris Chaos? Can they get it back in their favor?
Is not looking too good. They're about to get burst back, but Voltiyon is ready for that.
Red RC for the fast buttons. Burst is available. You have to use it. You have to use it.
That was a burst safe, beautiful burst safe route there from Voltiyon, utilizing the Gamma Blade.
Matchup before.
But the question is, Doctor, is what is the diagnosis going to be here?
Diagnosis is, I'm going to say Marvelo's going to win.
Oh, okay.
I do think they have it in them. You got, all right, yeah. I'll throw some channel points here.
Putting your money where your mouth is, but here we go.
Listen,
the burst coming out immediately there from Trevor.
There's 97% of the chat is agreeing with me, so let's be honest here. It's not that big of a risk, I feel. And when you get a starter like that as a Chipp player, listen, I'll take it all, baby. Look at that. Sends out the clone even. Sure, you got green to work with, but Marvelo's ready. Marvelo knows what they're doing.
Yeah, one of the hard things about this matchup is just, again, like, the thing that makes Chipp very decent against Happy Chaos is that he's able to just cover the screen in such a short amount of time here. And when Axel has to commit with these buttons, whether it be the Rensen or the 2H or the 2S, if you guess wrong, Chipp is on top of you and you are knocked down and in the blender.
Yeah, it's really tough for a lot of these zoners in this game just because Chipp's so fast. And it's like, you know, we've talked about how bad Millia was because she can have so much air movement and spend so much time directly above you. This is kind of the opposite problem, whereas Chipp just spends too much time inside of you, and you just don't have the tools to get out of it. The one reversal overdrive, sure, but like, is that the best usage of your tension?
And look at this dash blocking, though, from Marvelo. Approaching slowly but surely. The JD to put your ass back down into the corner here, keeping the pressure on.
Fast RC with the purple version. Burst is still available. When do you decide to use it here if you're Trevor?
Oh, you have to use it eventually, and it gets blocked.
Oh,
but, oh no, Marvelo messes up the punish. Trevor is still in this. Had RC to keep themselves safe. Answers with a DP and catches a backdash with a 6K.
Yo, the 6K is so risky and it just works.
It's
Why does it work there?
So much work tonight. It's kind of insane, actually.
Listen, if you're Trevor, you're punching air right now because you're not happy with how that game ended. You thought you had it. The burst came out and you weren't punished for it, and you're like, now's my chance. And then you see this 6K stinky foot of Chipp come flying at you, and you're like, no.
Okay, so Marvelo gonna start off with a very fast button there, just a 5K. Interesting decision. Of course, Trevor gonna be backing up.
Don't be sorry for Axel mains. They do this to themselves. It's fine. The only players you need to feel bad for are Faust players, and that's because their character actively works against them.
Is that British phobia going on here?
Oh, come on now.
Oh,
we're not doing that.
What is this combo here, too, from Marvelo? Trying to go for an interesting setup in the corner, but Trevor able to escape, baits out the DP. But have you ever blocked a DP and then had to hold a mix-up?
Holding in Guilty Gear. Burst is still available for both players. I love that deep. Oh, he's blocking. He's blocking. You're dead.
Oh, jumps over.
But he got dead. The just block. The just block is insane coming out from Trevor. That's how you know they've played this matchup once or twice or 1,000 times before. And the 6K again.
6K is the money maker button, the MVP of this tournament.
Oh no. Somebody screen printed and just send it to Trevor in a frame and just be like, this could have been you.
Oh, just trying to stop that approach there with the 2H. 5K comes out. That's what Trevor's going to have to lean into a lot here with a lot of 5K and 2K. And the Uzumaki barrage is going to send them through the corner for the hard knockdown.
The damage just absolutely insane. Gets the cross up too. I'm feeling super secure in my channel points. I don't know about you guys. I know there's 90% of you on my side now, but I'm feeling pretty good.
You know what? I believe in Trevor. I believe. But Marvelo is up 2-0 right now. This is a abyssful matchup for Axel.
Yeah, it doesn't look like fun. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't play Axel, but no.
Trevor with the switch to Happy Chaos.
Okay, but like...
You sure you're feeling secure in those channel points now?
Oh, 100%. Like, this character was everywhere 3 months ago. like you have infinity practice in this matchup. One thing I will note that Marvelo's insanely good at is challenging clone. A lot of times you see people kind of wary about the clone because they know that if they stick out a big enough button, and by that I mean almost any button, that you'll just get smoked by the gunshot. But you know, Marvelo recognizes that he has a 3-framer. He can just punch the clone and really not be in danger.
Trevor playing a kind of different style of Happy Chaos here, able to get the roll through. They're spending a lot more of the neutral bullets and not the steady aim bullets, right?
Yeah.
Forward throw. Doesn't have burst now.
Yeah, now you have to deal with all this pressure. Makes up the YRC though to try and buy space. That's good stuff. Gets the roll through as well.
Oh,
that's the combo.
Okay. ID back JS will be able to close out that round. That was almost incredibly scary for Trevor. Could have absolutely blown up in their face. Immediately backing up at round start here. They still do not have burst on deck, so they cannot afford to get knocked down by Marvelo.
Yeah, but the roll-throughs are definitely causing problems. It's definitely a big change from the gameplay tempo of Axel, right? Like, you have to be constantly worried about this roll-through instant cross-up, and it leads to a lot. It's not just like a single hit like you would expect most, you know, mix-ups in that situation to be like. But look at that. Look at that. Oh, they went for the throw.
Call out on the throw. Almost put Marvelo's health gone. There's the 60, able to get the pickup as well.
And all that health just immediately dissipated. The dash block attempts are much harder in this matchup.
Got too greedy, should have just gone for the steady aim, but that's all right. Able to BRC forward and get the back throw. Trevor has a point on the board.
All right. I see you, Trevor.
Trevor pulling out that pocket Happy Chaos said, all right, no more fun and games. I'm bringing out the top tier zoner.
Yeah, and it again, just such a tempo difference. We've seen the Axel play. It's kind of slow. It's not crazy in your face, mix up heavy. Now that, you know, Trevor's swapped to the Happy Chaos, it is very quick. It is lightning that they're constantly in your face, pushing buttons, rolling through with the instant gunshot, and that's giving Marvelo a lot of problems, right? Like it's tough to block it, honestly. There's no block button in this game. You have to just do it.
Yeah, but one thing you're noticing is that Trevor has incredibly strong defense, and that comes from being an Axel player. When you're a character with really no reversal, you have to learn how to block against these characters, and that is why Trevor is doing so well on defense against Marvelo.
Except for the 6K. But, like, apparently that's just unblockable. But I like the backdash there from Marvelo. It beats out the roll attempt that we've been seeing so handy here from Trevor. YRC's blocked. Huge punish.
You're dead. No, goes for the mix-up instead, but that's all right. Now you're actually dead.
It was the delayed death. Set point now. Yeah. What was it? The 5-finger death punch? No, it's a ban. What was it in Kill Bill? Was it the 5-finger death punch?
Oh, isn't that the 1-inch punch?
Well, there's that, but no, there's the thing that she does to Bill, where she pinches all the heart nerves and his heart explodes.
Is it the Deus Ex Machina? Because that's what's killing Marvelo right now.
I think he got hit more than 5 times. But yeah, that sets up another huge opportunity for Trevor. If they can close out this round, they'll be taking it to a game 5, and channel points may actually be in danger.
Oh, there's the roll through, and Chad out here with the immediate answers. The 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
There it is. Thank you, Chad. You are correct. As
the delayed air dash.
Through the wall we go. Positive bonus once again here for Marvelo.
But Trevor also has almost 100 meter on deck, so this is really anyone's game. Marvelo has no burst, so if Trevor can get one clean hit, that's going to be it.
The clash, the danger coming through, though. That could potentially lead negative bonus.
5D! No! Goes for the reload! Should have just spent the super!
The Alpha Blade beats out the throw attempt. Burst just became available. You're dead. That's a game 5!
And it is game 5. Your channel points are in danger, chat.
It's happening. Marvelo, don't let it happen to you. Don't let the reverse sweep Happy Chaos happen.
I told you, Trevor said, all right, you've activated my final form, Happy Chaos. Grew the horns and everything. Said, I'm becoming a demon.
The Daniel Radcliffe set play.
I'm already a demon.
Talk about crazy good movies that are underrated.
Horns? Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah. So game 5 here, chat. What was looking pretty buzz-ass is now looking pretty even. The Axel may have to be retired for a little bit, but...
Oh, counted 6H though. What a starter from Marvelo. Tried to bait out the burst really hard there, and is now going to get put into the corner for it.
Yeah, Marvelo just got absolutely Goomba stomped there. Into the Deus Ex Machina. Bullets are full. The concentration's about halfway. It'll be healthy enough for a mix-up.
5 deep. Set point for Trevor.
Man, it's actually happening, Jobber. I'm kind of surprised. I would have totally believed that Marvelo had this matchup on lock, but wait, pause. This is still happening. Gets the counter hit, get into the side swap. Now you got to mix up this game. Finally blocking the 6K.
Back throw.
The back throw. That could be the end of it.
Look,
Tap
Trevor blocked the 6K. I believe it's over now.
Yeah, that was the tempo changer. DP's out though. But now look at how much screen that Trevor has to work with. Trevor loves screen space. Gets the cross up.
About to be out of focus. The wire C comes out though for Marvelo. Still in this. Just needs to get one more little touch to confirm.
Where's the command grab? Marvelo, where's the command grab? I believe.
Oh,
they're gonna
no!
show.
Wow, Trevor spent the burst. So risky. Wants to close it out right now. Great throw tech though from Marvelo. Out of bullets and almost out of options. And there we go, Marvelo taking this to the final round.
Final game, final round. Marvelo recognizing there's no bullets in the gun. It's an empty gun. Clone comes up. Oh, the jump actually works? Holy moly. Now we got the P2 corner all to ourselves, but the gunshot beats out the sword.
Marvelo still has burst on deck, spends it right there immediately, does not want to hold the up-close pressure from Happy Chaos. Now they have Trevor locked down here in the corner, exactly where they want them. Able to get the 6K into the upwards drift. RC, gonna be a ton of damage and holds onto the corner.
It was too much drift. I don't think they actually had the combo, but they do get the 2K2D. OTG, throw bait, the PRC, but the Goomba Stomp! The Goomba Stomp's insane with the instant overhead. There's just one more mix for the game. Back throw, who's it gonna be? 6K RC
dissipated!
Never doubted.
God.
I never doubted Marvelo, ever. Channel points secure.
My points.
Higher, there are sponsor quests, direct contributions, all of that to support tonight's players. And like I said, we got jdjones versus Voltiyon on screen. Can jdjones hang out and hold on?
We already have some staggered pressure here coming from Voltiyon. jdjones being very patient, but you're seeing the chip damage is starting to add up as well. All right. Focus in the corner here, has the curse on, but gets clipped immediately. And jdjones has spent the entire round in the corner now, finally trying to escape, but they just can't. Voltiyon has them locked down, able to combo with the RC off the DP into the air. Alpha Blade taking the first round. All right, trying to rush in again, catches with the 5K, 3 stanky legs. Yet again, jdjones back home in the corner, exactly where Voltiyon wants them. Is this gonna be a rerun of the very last round? Maybe not though, able to get the back throw, and this is their turn to start putting on some pressure, but one Alpha Blade puts himself into the corner yet again. All right, jump in, counter hit. Gonna be a grip of damage with, of course, coast to coast. It doesn't matter where you get hit in this matchup, you are getting put in the corner. Super focused, rushing down for the roll through the tactical roll. Ooh, a back dash on the command grab attempt.
Yeah, that was a huge opening here for jdjones to make this a little bit closer. But even the roll through is going to get grabbed. Looking like Leo out here.
What was that cross up there? Went for the JD, and while still in the air, went for the Alpha Blade. Another Alpha Blade, though, is going to be able to close out game 1 here for Voltiyon.
Yeah, that can be incredibly difficult to block unless you're really prepared for it. And that time it actually looked like it caught a backdash potentially. Whenever you watch it here, yeah, just tripping him up on the backdash. Looking like Guilty Gear Brawl. Yeah, there we go.
I've been playing so much Monster Hunter, by the way, that every time I read Voltiyon, I want to say Volvidon.
Duel 1.
Just too much Monster Hunter. They're too close.
Listen, never too much of ridding the world of monsters. And speaking of monsters, that 6S is a problem. The two clones cancel each other out.
Chasing down there with the 5K. That seems to be what Voltiyon goes for, right? They like to go for a run-up 5K, just to either catch the backdash or catch them trying to press in the startup of their button.
That is a monster combo. Not going to be able to close out. PRC, interesting choice. Just trying to stay safe, I would guess. But out of concentration. The brain is empty. No thoughts. Only gun.
Utilizing the Alpha Blade there in the air to bounce off the wall like that. So just such interesting movement options here from Voltiyon.
Tank there, but the counter, and it's so big. It's such a huge option for Chipp players that we see it so often, right? Like the throw tech, backdash, slash. Like it counter hits pretty much everything. And everybody knows it's gonna happen, but you're like, what if he doesn't press a button? It could be my turn. And then you're like, damn it, it wasn't my turn.
And then you just die.
Yeah, and your health explodes.
Speaking of health exploding though, jdjones actually doesn't go for the stupid there, instead wants to set up the focus.
And I did like the decision, but even the burst bait attempt there, gold burst, now you have no excuse. Spends the brains blast, but there's no bullets.
Actually
halfway down. It is risky.
Yeah, jumping
Brain
in
blast.
Happy Chaos when they are playing that zoning game is, yeah, incredibly risky, right? Because even if you block it, you're getting pushed back to full screen, but the run up 5D is going to be enough to clip out jdjones and put Voltiyon at 2-0.
Yeah, you don't see the dust often from Chipp players, but when it does come out, it feels like they have a 100% chance of hitting it. I struggle to think of when I've seen that move whiff, just because they're so confident in it. They, like, whether it's on like a falling body like we saw earlier tonight, or that time where they just believed in the button and it worked out. And it's always talent. I never see them charge it and take it to the sky, because they know that their mix opportunity is just so much better than the knockdown on the other side of the air buttons. But throw attempt, whiffed, hold.
Oh, don't pull out that gun. Immediately forcing jdjones to burst.
Yeah, no real option otherwise. Gets the shot into Brain Blast. Now we're going to see some good damage. Out of bullets, though. That seems to be one of the more difficult meters to really keep track of as Happy Chaos.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, Happy Chaos, for all the memes about how strong he is, does take execution to actually play, right? So him being strong is rewarded.
And if you think about like his specials, they're like wrong. You think about it, right? Like roll is quarter circle back kick. Like it. Why?
Yeah,
it's a forward roll.
What you would think.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wimp low kind of thing. It's like they trained him wrong on purpose, just to like teach him how to play the game. And then you go play a real character, and it's like roll quarter circle forward. It's like what? Nothing wrong.
Right now, Voltiyon is trying to roll over jdjones right here. What a pickup. Drops the 6H, but that's okay. They're able to keep the corner, and that's very important against a character like Happy Chaos. You do not want to go back to neutral against them.
Yeah, even when you do finally escape the corner, you're just right back in. So much runtime during that RC. And now, fighting their way out of the corner, gets the roll through gunshot. Sure, he can actually beat up his clone. That's so tragic. But
I think Voltiyon was actually trying to get the shuriken over the clone to hit jdjones while they were in steady aim.
I think you take either, but there it is. The 2K coming through. One more round, separating Voltiyon from their next opponents. They just need to close it out here. They have their own burst. They need to get their opponents.
Yeah, Beyblade. Utilize those plus frames, catches jdjones pressing there with the 5K, but puts themselves into the corner, unfortunately, with that J2K.
Wow, the clone attempt just completely nullified this set. I don't think they've worked out once. You are still alive, so you get one guess for the game, right? It's you have one bullet, 50 tension, and...
And it's going to be the safe jump into the throw here for Voltiyon to close it out. 3-0 over jdjones. Incredibly clean there with that Chipp gameplay.
I would argue he's okay to play against, even barring all of his chip damage. But speaking of chips, we have him on the screen. Chris Chaos versus Doran 2K. The last time we saw Doran 2K, it was up against Mango for Tango, and they absolutely annihilated them. Like 3-0, 3-0.
It has just been the Chipp invasion tonight at Tampa Never Sleeps here. But we're going to see if the Weeb can overcome the true Japanese character here in Baiken. Here's the RC. Goes to the IED combo to make sure that they can get the wall break. Optimal stuff there from Doran.
Listen, Baiken is not lacking damage. Do not get touched by this character. As Chipp, oh my goodness. That's a solid 55% or 45%. And then there's the other 10% I was just talking about. Man grab gonna come out though. Doran 2K, what's the wake up option? Just block.
JS, such a great tool chasing down there. JS into Yozansen is so strong. There's another Yozansen as well coming from Doran, forcing the burst there out of Chris.
Yeah, you definitely had to. No reason to die with burst. You don't get to carry it into the next game. But given an opportunity, Chipp can definitely make this happen.
I like that they got matching colors as well. One of them's going to have to change.
Challenge. You dress like that? But no, I told you I was wearing this to the party. You have to go change. No. I was done 10 minutes ago. You saw me getting ready.
That's going to be Doran going up 1-0 here against Chris Chaos. I feel like Baiken is definitely a character that can kind of, I was going to say put a leash on Chipp, but that's what Baiken literally does. She puts a leash on you and locks you down, right? So good at controlling Chipp, and I think Chris Chaos agrees with that as well because they're going to make the switch over to Kai, which is definitely a better matchup.
It totally slipped my mind that we actually saw them playing Kai earlier. I was like, oh yeah, Chipp on screen, that's totally normal. But no, this was the Kai Kisuke from earlier because we talked about how the naming conventions are very similar. But no, for now, like this is a more healthy matchup, I would say, because Kai Kisuke not super squishy, not obviously tanky, but definitely has a lot of tools that you can use to your advantage. The shock state is a very great opener. Once you can get into it, you just have to get it applied. That's the toughest part of this matchup.
Yeah, and Stun Dipper is also an incredible tool as well up against Baiken, as well as just how great Kai is at that strike throw game. We saw it already with the whiff 5K to bait out the parry, immediately going for the throw. But again, with this IED combo straight into the super here. That's the Blood Moon.
Doran's kind of cracked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Doran is kind of nutty.
They're executing handsomely. They're extending their combos very well, I would say. They're not letting errant hits really go by, and whether it's just because they flowchart very well or if they're just ready and reacting, but they really don't let anything slip by them. And even now, that's gonna hit. That's gonna kill you.
Yep, on into game number 3. Doran 2K going up 2-0.
And that might have been quicker than the Chipp game. I don't think Chris really got a chance to play the Kai at all.
No, it was honestly, Chris had a really good turnaround with that counter hit JH in the air, but unfortunately dropped the confirm after the dash cancel. They tried to go for dash cancel close slash. The close slash didn't connect, and then they overextended a little bit too much, and Doran just went, all right, I'll let the super rip. I'm just going to let you know. You're not allowed to do that.
And again, that's another just testament to, letting your opponent know that you're ready for them. If you're so willing to just let this reversal rip, then that's something they have to worry about.
The people's elbow from all the way back, just punching ghosts there with the elbow.
And that was a Yozansen problem, honestly. That hitbox is so large that, of course, the 6P is going to cross-cut you. but look at that. The jump Kabari over the fireball. Doesn't even splat the wall. They saved that for later.
Oh, gets the counter hit 6H, but unfortunately too far away to get a very substantial pickup. Had to settle with the stun edge.
Follows up with the Kabari follow, but that is gonna do that round.
Like Chris was doing so well with spacing there, but then ran right into that far slide.
Yeah, and it's you'll see the changes that Doran's making. We're seeing Chris add in a little bit more of these fireballs, and you're seeing Doran either approach with the air Kabari, or they'll wait for Chris to follow the fireball and up back with the tatami mat, and it covers both options.
There you go, Chris is finally able to get a wall break here with the heavy stun edge that is going to apply the shock state.
Shock state applied, but it doesn't matter when you're getting jumped in on. Oh, that was interesting. They actually went through with the S Kabari, or the H Kabari follow-up, which is not super safe, but another round.
That time they were actually able to get the confirm they were going for before when they lost game number 1, right? They were able to actually get the close slash, dash cancel, and the close slash again.
This is not the round start they were looking for. Everything coming through here for Doran. Into the wall break. Positive bonus is a huge bonus here, especially since it is set point here. This could be the end of Chris Chaos's night here at TNS. One more guess. I think of the Escabari! Oh, that's so tricky, but it works against them!
Oh my god, Chris Chaos capitalizing on it, running them all the way to the other corner. Of course, Doran waking up, still has meter on deck. Chris needs to be very careful, fades out the burst, and is able to catch the landing recovery there with the... Is that a JoJo reference? That's alright, that's a joke. Alright, here we go, jumping straight into Rat versus Medic here. Medic with the gold aura as well.
Definitely powering up as we watch. Insta blocks coming out from Rat. They're even going to block the roll through. Easy stuff coming through. Clone's out.
Very low
I like
air
it.
Throw. Actually able to sandwich up against the clone as well.
Yeah, close slash, beating out any potential wake-up option. Gunshot applied, and the one problem that Axel has in this matchup that we talked about earlier, the dead center up zone, not a problem for Happy Chaos. He will shoot you still.
Yeah, and he's going to get the wall break here straight into the Deus Ex Machina, and that is a clean round 1 for Medic.
Easy game, easy life, says the Happy Chaos player, as we do see the jumping attempt coming in from Rat. And I do like to see them still pressuring, right? Like we saw them in the earlier set. They kind of got disheartened when, you know, things didn't quite go their way, but they're back to their old tricks. They get the forward throw projectile mix.
Set up even more in the corner. They finally get the burst out of Medic there, and they have a substantial life lead, able to actually combo with the 6P as well. And a huge shouts to Team Spooky with the big raid. Thank you so much, Spooky. I hope your stream went well, and welcome everyone. We are in our top 8 losers match here.
Right now, we do see 9 Moons Rat playing the Millia player 1 side, going against Medic's Happy Chaos player 2, and that is a huge opening here, and they get the low crush into the dust wall break. Looking really good for Rat, but oh no.
Oh, it looked like Medic actually tried to go for a roll there. Rolled right into the super, and just immediately 2 bad moons in a row with... Didn't have the meter to back it up either on the first one.
Yeah, I think, honestly, instead of roll, he might have been trying to put the gun away. And it is another one of those situations where, like we were talking about, his inputs are just odd.
Yeah, I could see that, right?
214S during steady aim to cancel aim. So 214 would be...
Yeah, quarter circle.
Yeah, but if he did a quarter... Yeah, so it'd be quarter circle back if you were on player 1 side. If he was on player 2, so maybe just an execution error. Back throw, though, definitely no missed executions there. 2-frame defensive option.
Able to block all of those overheads. Rat, my god. Escapes the corner with the Kabari as well, and gets the cross up, forces the burst there out of Medic.
I can't believe the whiff dust is what gets the hit on him. But either way, Deus Ex through the wall. what is the mix. There's not a lot of concentration, but you only need a little bit.
But Rat does have 50 meter and a dream. Unfortunately, isn't able to block the YRC and is now going to have to spend some meter to stay safe, but runs right into the JS from Medic.
The overhead coming through, was looking for the Goomba Stomp, but even there, just pressing buttons, and look at that. Rat gets the knockdown, goes for the OTG command dash. Interesting. 6S though, what are you supposed to do? It's so good! And
oh, low to the ground, air throw as well. That is the sign of a great Guilty Gear player.
Listen, if you can just grab Millia out of the sky, it eats so much of her mobility. You went for it again!
Clemenza, this is Blue Water, Blue Sky. Maze theme from +R.
Nice little mix-up. Sends him through the wall. Positive bonus now here for Rat, who already has 50 tension. They can get fancy with it. PRC chase down with the close slash.
Goes for the low option, trying to bait out the burst. Gets the bad moon. All right, Medic holding on to the burst. I respect that option a lot.
Yeah, I think when you're in the washing machine like that, I think it's a little risky to attempt it. But now they can save it for a more solid option. And another round start again going their way, but it's tough for Rat.
And again, with these air throws, Medic has been so on point with them so far. Finally able to get the 5D, and with the RC is able to reload a few bullets as well for their troubles.
Doesn't break the wall because they were out of concentration. I missed that. I saw the clone disappear, and then all of a sudden we were in the sky getting thrown.
Yeah, and that's going to be Medic tying it up 1-1 here against Rat, and this is the loser side of the bracket, so unfortunately one of these players is going to have to go home.
But chat, it could be you next week. Next time, this could be you on stream. All you got to do is sign up, follow Tong on Twitter because he's the one that tweets it out.
!point Discord in the chat as well. We'll give you all that information for all of our tournaments.
That was my next follow-up. I was like, or you just join the Discord. Why bother waiting for Tong? Because he's a very busy man.
Yeah, he never sleeps.
Listen, that's more true than you guys know.
What's really true right now is these block strings from Medic, the 5D coming out, utilizes the time it was taking Rat to actually fall in the corner to reload a few bullets there. Very smart awareness from Medic.
Well, was not willing to let them out of the corner. Once again, grabbing them out of the sky, but just backing off a little bit now. Actually bulletless. Does not have any gunshots in the tank, so you are going to have to deal with this. And Millia simply will not give you the opportunity to reload. Like, you are always going to be back.
Well, that was... I don't know what Rat was going for there. They were able to block the YRC and then went for an IED JH instead of just going for the close slash counter hit for a pickup.
I almost feel like they were already committed to it when the YRC came out, which is it's just a tough situation to be in, but like, I don't know. But either way, they do end up securing the round in their favor. And next round starts the same as all the other ones did, which is us in the P1 corner with Rat in a health deficit. The clone comes out. Millia doesn't have a great answer to the clone, really.
No,
like
not really, especially when Medic is just literally sitting on top of it.
Yeah, like in the Chipp matchup, the 2K in the air, the jump 2K would work because it actually hits both of them due to the amount of hits. But Millia doesn't have something like that, so she has to avoid it, really. And Medic's doing a really good job of playing around that fact.
And catching with the point-blank gunshot there as well. Starting off the round with 3 backdashes, goes for the roll mix-up, Visions of Elfelt.
That's one character we're probably never going to get again.
No, we don't need Happy Kiss and Elfelt in one game. I can't take it. There's the air throw as well. Chases down after the PRC.
Rolls through, but is blocked this time. All this meter going to FD. You will not see Rat RC this round. Look at this. Gets the knockdown finally. Cross up coming through.
And Medic only has 1 bullet left right now, so Rat cannot afford to let them escape this pressure. There's a really clean throw. Goes into the mix-up game. Stays on the same side.
Oh, 5K catches the backdash.
I
time
love
to
that
put the gun
answer.
away. Double 2K bad moon.
Oh,
And
the
then the 6P?
6P. Put the flower right in the face. Stop the smell of roses.
That's not a move you see often as Millia because you're spending too much time in the air yourself, but it worked out.
Yeah, and here we go. Rat going up 2-1 over Medic right now. And of course, Millia is a character that, you know, has been the talk of the town recently. Of course, Lord Knight looking to move away from Millia, so a lot of people have felt very down on her. And of course, I'm not a Millia player, I can't talk about it, but Rat right now making this character look very strong in this top 8.
Catches the command dash? Oh my Lanta. Medic is ready for these air buttons. They are not going to let Rat escape at all. Rain Blast coming through, just wants to keep the pressure applied. Throwing out that 6S button. That is not a good button to be on the receiving end of. Oh, the 6P attempt.
Oh, goes for the empty low this time, back into the blender. And Medic actually just gets caught by the disc.
That's another one. FP attempted. The empty low into the overhead attempt. Just barely not going to be enough to take the kill.
And just goes for
That
hair
was
car
risky.
with no meter to back it up.
You just die here, though. Maybe? No! Wow. Into the hair spinner. Aww.
Rat tried to go for the throw, unfortunately whiffing, and Rat is on set point now.
Yeah, tough break for Medic. I actually don't know why the throw didn't work. Must have been landing frames or something, but already splatting the wall. But look at that. Rat so smart, holding out of the corner, dashing into the fray.
Oh man, Rat just like the Matrix avoiding all of those bullets here. The YRC finally comes out though for Medic, pushing back full screen, able to get all the bullets reloaded as well. Have to wait for that focus to come back.
Yeah, but just like that, the 6S coming out swinging once again. 5K catches the back movement attempt here of Medic, and now you might actually be one away from dead. Nothing you could do to get the one tension for the RC. Just like that.
There it is. Rat taking it 3-1 over Medic, eliminating a happy chaos from the Brat.
But it is Baiken, and I like watching Baiken play. But it is going to be Trevor back on the handy-dandy Axel. Now this matchup, I don't know. How do you feel about this matchup, Jobber?
I think Axel, it feels kind of even, to be honest. I think they both have really great tools to counter each other. And, of course, both of them have incredible JSs. But it's going to be a difference where Baiken really has to get in. And, of course, it still is all about still has to commit, right? And if Baiken is able to get that hard knockdown and start running that mix-up game that she's so strong at, she can kind of delete them.
Oh, the jump dust just barely not going to connect, which is tough. Shoutouts to Lena with the $17.41 contribution. Because of the number, I have to imagine that puts us at 100. But Red RC comes through, and the tether is attached.
You see Trevor just playing very patient here, trying to force Doran to overextend.
And you had the burst there. That's a toughie. Even worse, Doran's bursting. No shot.
Really wanted that round. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay off there. It has to go into the second round without burst now.
Yeah, that was really tough from both players. It's tough because like they're so close, so you want to burst it because you're like, I only need one more touch. I only need a little bit more. And then if it doesn't work in your favor, like Doran here, you're just like, man, did I really do that on purpose? Like, man, I hate it. Can you believe that Kabari went farther than Axel's button?
Of course, naturally.
Naturally.
How does she keep it all up in that in that gi though?
It's like a retractable dog leash. It just, suctions back in. Wow. Wow.
Oh my
That's
God.
wow.
The 5 Ps pickups to make sure that they can get through the guts there and get the kill. Tying this up in round.
Rainwater. Very successful. Oh, alright. Big buttons.
Ooh, catches
Axel.
the jump there with 6H. Not going to be quite enough to kill, though. Unfortunately, the wall breaks a little too early. Trevor is in a very strong position right now. Just needs to play very patient.
Knockdown comes through. No block on the burst means that you're back to mid-screen. Oh, the burst is blocked because of the PRC.
It was clean. That was a really clean PRC there to block the burst and get the punish. Trevor going up 1 here.
Yeah, the PRC actually covers so much in that situation too. Like it really, like it wasn't just a burst bait. Like I feel like anything that came out there could have been answered by the PRC. Worked out that it was a gold burst to get a free punish. But game 1 to Trevor. Trevor's been looking so solid on the Axel, except against Marvelo. But that might be the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very horrible matchup here, and this is a much better matchup for Axel. And especially for Trevor's playstyle as well, right? Being able to slow it down a lot more against Baiken because it's not as breakneck of a pace when you're playing, like as if you're playing against Chipp.
Yeah, because like Baiken's gonna hit you and she's gonna combo you forever, but like there's nothing you can do about that once you get hit. It's not like in Chipp where it's like every second you're having to block something. Like Baiken's just gonna do her thing.
The just block though from Trevor to make sure that the Johnston stayed close enough.
DRC into TK Johansson, into normal, into Johansson, into normal, into Johansson.
Works every time.
Degenerate is what it is. Of course it's gonna work every time.
Oh, the double blow slash into the Axel Bomber. Half your health is already gone. You're gonna be able to break the wall with the Rensen.
Holy. Now it's just a little bit of closing out the day here from Trevor. We've all had this Friday where you did all your work and you just got to survive the last 4 hours in the office. That's all Trevor had to do there. Now it's a new day. It's Monday again, and they got to do all the work over again.
And that combo at the end that Trevor went for with the command grab to finish it off, comboing into the command grab, I'm pretty sure that was a burst safe option that was going for, which is very genius. But right now, Doran 2K kind of took that last round personally.
I would certainly say so. The Escobar came out, and it was Doran's time to play. That was an insane combo, and there was nothing Trevor could have done about it. I'm pretty sure that was all burst safe as well. The PRC to beat out the air jump S.
jdjones,
the 6P? Hello?
Yep. One of the nerfs to Axel, making it way easier to 6P that, but what a gold burst. Tries to go for the command grab as well.
Gold burst is so smart. It gets you the space, it gets you the meter. Ooh. Still alive.
I was gonna say stop time again, you won't.
Honestly, and then Axel's notoriously one of those characters that it's really tough to burst. Trevor's too good. Trevor's cracked. Oh my god.
Low altitude air throw there. It is a common saying that the lower to the ground you get the air throws, the better you are at Guilty Gear. And Trevor is kind of nutty right now.
Trevor's literally built different. Like we saw Doran earlier just shredding people, tearing right through them. Like 3-0ing in like 5 minutes. Trevor shows up, says like, man, Marvelo kind of did my stuff in. I'm going to do that to somebody else. And Doran is on the receiving end.
And then Trevor's sitting here with a name like Street Fighter 6 Waiting Room. And I'm just chilling here, having fun, waiting for my game.
I don't even know who they're going to play in that game. There's no zoners yet.
Also,
I guess Guile. Listen. I really want the leak to be fake because everybody's treating it as like gospel. And so I know it's probably real, but I hope it isn't. What really Doran's hoping isn't going to continue is this pressure. They want to turn. That hit super deep. Hello?
Yeah, very meaty JH there coming from Doran. Whoever had to burst there.
Yeah, the Escobar just buys too much for you, but the red RC...
The Axel Bomber.
Orange Soda, the entire roster was leaked as a graphic. There's like 25 characters or something crazy on there.
Yeah, but we don't want to talk too much about the thing. What we want to talk about right now is this guilty
Kabari
drive and all this health that Trevor is losing. Good God.
Oh,
But
no.
the whip 6H is going to get tossed.
Yeah, definitely hate to see that as the back throw comes through. Doran on the back foot, figuratively and literally, and I save that.
Again, just going for just again, Yo Zonson, and it's just working out here for Doran.
Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If your opponent's gonna continue to get hit by it, that's on them. And just like that, we're back into the P1 corner. Back throw is a doozy.
And that was from the just block as well. Trevor has been so on point with these just blocks. The defense is impeccable, and the offense is nothing to sneeze at as well. But what a BRC straight into Yo Zonson. Tries to go for the cross-up. Trevor able to block it.
That point is one hit away here. As we do see the purple RC, the gold bursts aplenty. Dodges the main grab. Tries to shoot him. That's...
What a hell of a sequence there to close out a 3-0 from Trevor. Both of them popping out the gold burst.
And being successful, too. That's like the creme de la creme. Is like, not only did they both gold burst, they were both successfully gold burst. And so they each had 100 tension to work with, and you only needed 50 to lose it out.
Yeah, but we're going to see even more Axel heading forward, so congratulations. But also, Doran, thank you so much for showing up and showing out here, making it to top 8. We hope we get to see you again in Tampa Never Sleeps. Definitely hope we get to see everybody again here in Tampa Never Sleeps. And if you all are enjoying it, you can join any of our tournaments by doing !! Discord in the chat to bring up all that information. They're all free to enter in North America, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is open to anyone in the world with Parsec.
And yeah, everybody here in the top 8 can definitely hold their heads high. I mean, it was a 117 person bracket, and you beat all of them to get to where you are here. So, the 2S is just so nutty, man. I can't get over it.
It is an incredible button. It's a disgusting button, even.
But it is man. YRC to stay safe.
Rat is the most risky Millia player I've ever watched. She just goes, yeah, I'm just going to do hair car. I'm just going to do TK Bad Moon. Do I have the meter to RC it if you block it? No, but do I care? Also no.
Why would I need the RC? I'll just get the hit, and then it's no longer my problem.
Exactly. But right now, jdjones able to take the first round here.
Yeah, this is definitely so mentally taxing as the Millia player, right? Like, you've played however many people you've played to get here, and now you have to play 2 Happy Chaoses in a row. And they're just constantly shooting you. Although I will say jdjones is using a lot more normals than we saw in the earlier matchup, because they know that the normals are so good.
Can we talk about that backdash, though, on the gunshot to run up and punish the focus? That was incredible awareness there from Rat, really trying to chase down jdjones here.
Yeah, those are the types of things you get to do when there's no curse applied. Once that curse is applied, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's still doable. It's not like an instant... It's not aimbot. It might be hit scan, but it's not aimbot.
Oh, and the TK Bad Moon, again with no meter to keep themselves safe. Rat does not care about the risk, only cares about the reward.
There's no risk. If you get the hit, Jobber, you know this to be true. If your opponent's not going to respect you, then why should I respect them? That clone is out, and we jump over it for the throw. That's sick. OTG, command dash, keeps the pressure going.
C able to catch with the JS counter hit back into the blender. Oh, I love that attempt to try and bait out the burst, though, but jdjones smart to wait as well.
They're like one touch away from losing this game, though, and Rat knows it. They just want to feel it. They get the throw, sets up the projectile. What's it going to be? Same side TK Bad Moon.
And that's what I'm talking about. Rat just lets these Bad Moons and these hair cars rip. It has no meter to back it up. It's just blowing my mind how many risks they're taking and how much it's paying off, because you can't really afford to take huge risks with Millia. She just explodes. She has second lowest health in the game, right above Chipp.
Yeah, and it almost feels like you have to, though, right? Especially in a matchup like against Happy Chaos, because it's so volatile that if you do get hit, you're obviously gonna take 40% for free, potentially up to 80%. So like, you know, what are your options? You either continue to play it safe and try and win neutral again and again and again and again and again, and we're already down to 30%, down 30%, or you can do these funky mix-ups that you know are unsafe, that your opponent has to respect whether they're safe or not.
And this round is nearly over.
Yeah, this is a just 5P match. A barre.
We take that. And now the Rift of Holy Orders comes in, and you know Rat needs to secure one more game to get a substantial lead here over jdjones and put the momentum in their court.
They can definitely do it. They had the health lead. They bait out the 6S, and they do get a bit of a punish, and look at that. They force out the burst. It's an odd usage of tension still. Like, that's the one that catches me off guard, is like that they're just sending the hair circle instead of like RCing like you're talking about.
Oh, but there's the challenge on the Clash, utilizing the meter as well to make sure they get the close slash. Yeah, Rat utilizes their meter in such interesting ways. It's kind of inspiring, actually.
Trying to go for the old neutral. The trade combos forcing out the burst. That was some weird momentum. Definitely did not mean to be on that side of the game. But E1 corner. What's the mix?
Oh, goes for the dash, empty low. Able to catch the jump back as well with the JP.
6P gonna whiff, but the just block came in to keep Rat safe. Oh, they mixed it up. They got the Capel out. Goes for the opposite side. The 5K, not backdashed.
Oh, the burst comes out here. Sets up the clone. Setting up the clone so they can reload the bullets.
Jumps over, gets the throw. That's been such a great adaptation from Rat, honestly. It's been improving their life so much.
That was another situation where Rat got the throw and had the meter to RC and opted not to RC and go into a combo. Situations like that, I always get a little nervous with, right? Because if jdjones was able to block that oncoming mix-up, they have an opportunity to bring things back when you probably could have closed it out just by RCing the throw.
Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting decision. I don't know Millia throw RC combos off my head. I'm sure it's some version of close slash like Optimar, but yeah, I definitely think there was more than enough damage on the tank to close that out, even mid-screen. But right now, we are mid-screen. The trades just always favoring Happy Chaos. Same side.
Able to break the wall here, and Rat sitting a comfortable 2-0 lead. And there's the hair car, able to RC it this time. Gonna get the wall break as well. And that should kill. With the 5D, it does. This is set point now for Rat, trying to take down yet another Happy Chaos player.
Yeah, and that's another one of those situations where the hair car, they have the tension on deck, so if it works, you get that. If it doesn't work, you just RC to make it safe. It's again, just what are you supposed to do? Oh.
One true Snorlax, we call that the Ratatouille.
Hey.
But there's the gunshot through the wall. jdjones is still in this.
One more round to either send us to the next sets or to keep us alive in this one. Gets the backdash, keeps the combo alive. Gets the projectile mix. jdjones has to be perfect on defense from here on out, and that counter hit is not it.
Oh, what a beautiful 6P as well. Rat with the burst and with 50 meter, spends it on the PRC.
Yeah, they didn't think they were in a safe position, so they just wanted to remove themselves from the situation. Lots of dash blocking come through. Even the roll's going to get blocked, and I love that. Run under the curse, get the throw. And it all comes down.
Meter, and Rat with a clean 3-0 over jdjones. Able to take out both of these Happy Chaos players here in top 8.
Going to be coming out here, and listen, I don't know who's going to win. I do not feel nearly as confident in my channel points this time, therefore I'm going to hold on to them, but I would not be surprised to see Marvelo win it out because they're so good right now. But Voltiyon off to a strong start, and it's all going to go away. All gone. See, chat? It's all gone.
Yep, immediately sent through the wall there with the Uzumaki Barrage. Going to be a hard knockdown. Marvelo is in a wonderful position right now.
YRC is going to keep him safe for now, but the air-to-air goes Marvelo's way, and round 1 secured after a tough start.
And this time, Voltiyon being a little bit more reserved at round start, actually backing up and giving the floor to Marvelo. Great block there on the overhead attempt, though, able to get a knockdown and push back to mid-screen.
Challenging after the Alpha Blade, knows that it's their turn, gets the forward throw. Now what's the setup? With a 2P challenge coming in from Voltiyon was a nice call out. They didn't get much out of it, but it still buys them time.
Sent through the wall, hard knockdown yet again, this time for Voltiyon, but what a backdash into a 2K 2D there from Marvelo, able to get the cross up, going to be able to spend the meter, and you saw there, even though Voltiyon didn't have the burst, they went for the little pause, right? It's like training yourself, knowing that I'm going to be able to pick up the combo anyway, let me make sure I practice that I stop, right, to be able to bait out burst anytime it's available.
Yeah, and you could see right as that cross-up came in, Voltiyon actually had the FD shell around them. So they were expecting something. They just guessed wrong on which side it was going to be. So you hate to see that, but game 1 going over to Marvelo. This is still winners finals, so whoever takes the L here does get a second chance down in losers finals. But another great start here for Voltiyon.
Oh, unfortunately drops the 2S there, but still pushes Voltiyon back towards the corner here.
Challenging out still with the 2K. Marvelo, though, now getting a turn, trying to hold the defense of Voltiyon in check. Gonna get the 6K Red RC fast addition. And now look at this. Still pressing buttons. Still pressing buttons. Still challenging.
Oh, but the mortal counter on the 2D there is going to finally allow Voltiyon to escape, and this block strength pushing Marvelo all the way to the corner with a throw as well. Tries to chase down with the 6K, but Marvelo timing that perfect.
Oh, the punish, you're dead.
Maximum spider, okay.
That was insane. Honestly, that was so sick because you saw the whiff punish attempt come in from Marvelo, and then they chased it down. They whiffed their own button, and the call out was there from Voltiyon. And listen, man's always ready. He's gonna shoot you if you make a mistake.
Shoot you with that clone as well right here. Goes for the empty low after the RC. 6K is going to land, forces the burst out of Marvelo. Marvelo has an uphill climb, though, in this match. This is the start. Able to swap sides as well. Don't know if that was intentional, but you know what? We take those.
Gets the forward throw into OTG, makes up his wall. Baits out the YRC. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but didn't get the pickup there either, but the huge counter hit into the low. Everything went Marvelo's way. Literally everything.
That was so dangerous. Marvelo had to have had a missed input there. They had the meter. They could have closed it out, but it's all right. They were still able to close it out anyway.
They definitely do not want to be giving that many opportunities over to a player like Voltiyon. No, eventually they will take one for you. But back throw coming in here from Marvelo sets up their own offensive mix opportunity. No bait that time. Hold my defense.
Able to put Voltiyon back into the corner. Really, that seems to be one of the deciding factors of this match, is that Marvelo is way better at escaping from the corner than Voltiyon seems to be. Voltiyon is able to win and capitalize on a lot of these high damage situations, but being put in the corner is such a dead sentence for Chipp. Oh! Baits out the burst as well. The 6H mortal counter hitting Voltiyon's 2D.
Because he would love to see what he missed out on here tonight. Don't worry about his mentions. They're on fire all the time, always. So you're just adding a little bit of joy to his life by sending him how awesome his show is. And I'm sure he might even like it. Can't guarantee that. I'm not a physician. And so we are going to be heading into our next match. It is currently 2-0 Marvelo in the green shorts. Voltiyon in the white shorts. Wow, that clipped him? That's crazy.
Comes out, there's the throw as well. Great backdash into the 2K 2D. Right. Goes for the run-up throw here. Voltiyon leaning a lot into that throw game of the strike throw game here. The YRC comes out. Huge patience there from Voltiyon, but a little too much patience, and it's going to get punished here for it.
And the double burst bait, almost successful, does use up at the end, and the jump K. Oh.
That is so key for Voltiyon. Being able to take the burst at the end of the round like that, Marvelo is not going to be able to get it back in this round.
No, even if he wins this round, he'd be hard-pressed to get it back for the third round, honestly. Like, it was completely exhausted because it was just a complete whiff, which is rare. Marvelo's almost always spot on with those, so flip that, chat. You may never see that again. But DP comes out. Nice throw tech from both sides. Nice dash check as well.
Right, able to get the counter hit there. Unfortunately, no pickup. A nice neutral jump. Oh, goes straight into the Uzumaki Barrage. Gonna break the wall here. Hard knockdown and positive bonus. Really great positioning right now for Marvelo. Should be able to get a safe jump off this.
Safe jump comes through. Pressure being applied. FDing all of it. Just trying to get him off of me. Stay safe as the tension is now dissipating. Great backdash on the overhead. No worries about blocking that. Comes down with buttons as well.
Weathering that entire storm there of all those Gamma Blades, just putting on the plus rates. What a challenge to the 2K to blow up Voltiyon's Gamma Blade there.
The red RC after the throw is enough to close it out.
That J2K as well to make sure they could fall a little bit faster to land. Really beautiful stuff there from Voltiyon. Finally getting a point up on the board.
Yeah. Had a little bit of time to collect themselves. They're able to get some deep breaths going on, and so they're going to be able to, like you said, pick up that game one for themselves. And it is still obviously Marvelo favored, right? Like, it's 2-1. It's still a hill to climb here for Voltiyon. But I mean, it all starts with one game, right? Like, you get the first game, then you get the second game. All of a sudden, Marvelo shooketh, and all of a sudden, it could fall away from their hands like sand on Tatooine.
Like tears in the rain.
So,
right, chat, let's stop
4.
arguing in the chat and let's focus on this hype winners final set going on right now between Marvelo and Voltiyon. It's not every day you get to see two high-level Chipp players go at it like this.
Exactly. Look at that. Round start into the DP. Punish coming in from Voltiyon. Already forcing out the burst. That is a huge resource removed here from Marvelo's defense. Look at that. Now he's the block. Whiffing throws. Oh, man, Marvelo. What happened to you in the downtime, man?
Yeah, you have to think that the downtime could have cooled off Marvelo a lot, right? So they're going to have to really build themselves back up here. Voltiyon definitely working out in their favor. Oh, catch the backdash there with the 5K. Wake up, Rekka.
Interesting decision, but it works out.
The trade there at round start. Marvelo pushing Voltiyon all the way to the corner, but goes for the overhead with no meter to back it up. Is going to get punished for it.
Yeah, that is definitely punishable. We're talking about risky options with no meter. That is definitely high up on the list. A nice 2K challenge coming out here from Voltiyon, just trying to buy their own time. Throws Marvelo back into the corner. First, what was that? When does Marvelo burst?
Oh, there it is, right on cue. Speak of the devil, the 6H comes out as well. Marvelo trying to bait out the burst a little too hard.
And then he pushes a big button. Oh, but he challenges on drop down? That's so risky, but it worked.
Oh man, Voltiyon just needs one more round to be able to tie this up. Has burst on deck as well.
Oh, falls down with the 2K. It works out that time. Gets the cross up as well. Marvelo's definitely trying this one, but a little early on the throw attempt.
Counter on the 2D, rushing down with the 5K, but immediately gives up the round. Voltiyon establishing even more pressure with a DP out of the corner.
First available here for Voltiyon. Marvelo still pondering when it will come out. Just throw him again. Don't even worry about the burst. Just throw him again.
No, he's giving him a chance now. Jumps out of the command grab, but isn't quite able to get the punish. The 6K burst save.
Why does the 6K not get bursted? This is the ultimate normal. It's insane. It does everything. Yeah, and it's just one bad matchup after another, and now they're starting to go through matchups they've literally already played. They already played Rat here. They beat him 3-1 in winner's side. And after this, they're gonna have to play up against Voltiyon, who they didn't play because they were on the other side of the bracket. They played the winner there, Marvelo. But This is brutal, and I mean, they're starting off hella strong.
Yeah, now they just need one more touch. Chipp is a factor as well. Rat is really going to have to play this round perfectly if they want to take this back.
Starts it up strong. And this is a, like, impossible task for Millia, right? Like, they do so little damage. They have to get so many correct calls in a row that it can be really brutal when it's a pixel. And all you need is one potential, you know, wake-up reversal from Trevor. But as I say that...
As you say that, Trevor answers in the 2K.
The caster curse on the caster curse.
Double layers here. And what a pickup there after the compel with the close slash. Able to break the wall with the fully charged 5D.
We've got about 50% damage now done here from Rats. Will we ever get another wall break is the question. PRC, TK Bad Mood made safe that time. They get hit by the unsafe one? Trevor, come on.
And just run a 5P to break the wall and take the round here.
It shows that they're not ready to give up just yet. 5K, oh my god, all that combo, all that damage off of a 5K.
Yeah, Millia is a squishy character, but able to run up and get the 2K 2D punish there because Trevor went for the bomb at the end of Renson.
Forced to burst out, has a lot of pressure mid-screen. Not using the Renson as much. I think that was an air throw attempt too. He was really trying to beat up the Capel.
Yeah, because you see the backdash there too. Trevor didn't commit to a 2S. It is very difficult for Axel to anti-air Millia in a lot of situations just because she's so good at getting around that 2S and that 6K. Here we go, gonna break the wall with the wings.
That's still alive, yep. One guess for the game now because we get the Oki. Instant air throw. Instant. That is the lowest to the ground without it being a ground throw.
The bomber to get above Rat, but Rat spending the meter to make sure they can keep the pressure on.
The Rockar. No! Rockar again?
Yeah, and it finally comes back to bite Rat, going for those incredibly unsafe options there with no meter to back it up.
I mean, it worked on the TK Bad Moon, right? Like, they did the TK Bad Moon, backed it up with the Red RC that time, and then Trevor got hit by the unsafe TK Bad Moon. So this time they were like, yeah, he punched it once. Simply won't expect it again. I promise you that.
Absolutely not. Here we go. Trevor is up 1-0 over Rat right now. And remember, Trevor is the one who sent Rat to the loser side of the bracket.
Yeah, and it was very similar to this, right? It was 3-1, so there's still opportunity here for Rat. They did take a game earlier. The concern is that there's also that chaos on deck, so I feel like as soon as Rat starts feeling in a position of power, we might get that character swap, but I think Trevor's pretty confident in this matchup, obviously, right? Like, they already did it once. They know they don't have to, you know, be too committed.
Right now, though, they're getting put into the blender. Back into the corner again, but what a jump out into the PRC, but the close slash anti-air.
That close slash looked ridiculous. It was like off screen and everything.
I couldn't tell if it was a 6P or a close slash, but you know what? It anti-aired, and that's what matters. And what a clash there. Trevor going to win out in that interaction, putting Rat up against the wall.
And all that screen behind him, the rainwater away. Listen, you're not going to air grab Trevor. No, you're not. That's the master of it right there. But how many times are you going to hit 2P until it's successful? That's how many.
Rat right there taking the round by capitalizing on the fact that Snail is not safe. Again, with these flashes, Trevor winning out in that situation, but not for long. It's put into the corner now. Empty throw.
The OTG command dash setup hasn't worked against Trevor. It's the only player we haven't seen it work against so far. So I do think the projectile mix-up would probably be the way to go in that situation again. Because we've seen the back throw from Rat a couple times now. Trevor just too ready for the OTG.
Oh, the close slash actually trading there. Going for the unsafe TK Bad Moon also.
But it works. Why not? It works. But now Trevor recognizing they can push the tempo a little bit. TK Bad Moon that time with the safety of the Red RC is going to be enough to close it out. Game 2 goes to Rat.
And we have a set now, 1-1 here. Rat definitely learning from their losses. A pretty dominating second game in their favor.
You would say that was dominant?
I thought it was pretty dominant there, yeah. He was doing such a good job of controlling that neutral in that second game and really locking down Trevor in the corner.
Yeah, once Trevor's in the corner, it does seem to fall away a bit. The only time we saw a reversal overdrive coming in from Trevor Tsu was punished, but it was in the Marvelo matchup against Chipp. So he actually didn't use it at all in the 4 games against Rat.
You see, the way I look at it is Millia has no health, so I can't judge how well she's doing based off of her health bar.
True. That's true. That's pretty good. But round 1 here going to Trevor, that was certainly convincing, as it was a perfect.
And just running away, not wanting to even deal with that, but unfortunately puts themselves in the corner. Do a third one. Okay.
I thought a third one was coming, in all honesty. That would have just been icing on the cake. Forces out the burst from Trevor, though. That is a fairly late one, I would say. They don't have a lot of HP left. They're not in guts range yet, but still a lot of work here to do if you're Rat.
You feel a little confident, though, having that meter, able to get the low air throw again. OTG with the 2K, but Rat's movement is so smooth. What a punish!
Into the twirl, sets up the projectile. Oh, wow, that was filthy. Total grime.
Pushed Trevor back into it.
Yeah, I mean, the projectile was so deep, I don't think I would have expected same side like that either, but listen, we all got hit, chat. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. The timing on these air normals coming in from Rat is pretty clean. It's beaten out Whirlwind a couple times now, and it's just worked for the most part. The 6P damage, like high though.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at Trevor's use of 6P, and it always seems to be after a PRC. So like consistently PRC or BRC into 6P.
Oh, I definitely thought Rat was trying to block that, because they got the air normal and then they just kind of fell. So it certainly looked like they were trying to block out the burst, but either way, they secure it, and they're actually going to pick up their second game here against Trevor. So they've done 100% better than they did the first time these two met.
Yep, only needs one more to move on to losers finals here. We are getting even closer to the end of our tournament, so make sure to check out the Matcherino. !Matcherino in the chat is going to bring that up. All the codes have been used, but you can still do direct contributions and sponsor quests. We are only at $100. Let's get that pumped up even more, everyone. And Voltiyon with the subscription. Thank you so much.
Trevor actually sticking with the Axel, believe it or not. Believes in this pick more than the Happy Chaos. And I think I can agree. I can see why, right? Like Happy Chaos, you do need to worry about running your own mix potentially. And with how much time Rat's been spending in the sky, I can see it being a little difficult to try and lock him down.
What a conversion there, though, off the mortal counter. Going to be able to break the wall and get the hard knockdown. And I agree with you, right? I like that Trevor is sticking around with Axel. I really think it's a smart decision. They're not playing terrible. But Rat is now on set point.
Yeah, Rat is really stepping up, I think, is the difference, right? Like, Trevor's not playing poorly. Trevor's not, overextending where they don't need to be. Rat's just playing very high tempo, getting the hits where they need to. Yeah, they're playing kind of weird and greedy with, like, the unsafe bad moons and the hair cards, but, like, it's catching Trevor off guard, so you can't even really complain about it.
And another beautiful conversion off of the Capel, breaking the wall with the fully charged 5D. That's going to put Rat in a positive bonus.
The PRC forward from Trevor didn't get a whole lot done. 100 tension now on the side of Rat. Oh, they didn't RC. That time they do, making it safe. PRC the projectile.
Got a little too tricky with that mix up there. Burst finally comes out.
I enjoyed the hair card, honestly. Just full screen hair card. Double dash Capel.
Capelling right into the loving arms of Axel.
So good on the air throws. I struggle to think of a player that's gotten more in a number of sets, honestly. And it may continue. That's that 2S, just hard committing to the jump in cancellation.
Yeah, you don't see Trevor go for 2S a lot in this matchup at all. I think that might have been the first one we've seen.
Oh, the throw attempt whiffs, and now you're going to eat a whole chunk of damage. And it just continues. Every single thing going wrong here for Trevor.
Not going to be dead here. Trevor gets one more mix-up.
Literally one more mix-up, because it's one jump heavy for the game. No block on the YRC.
This is a mountain to climb right now for Trevor.
I want to see Rat end it with an unsafe TK Bad Moon.
Oh my
That was
god,
almost it. That was almost it. Still only needs one touch, though. Seriously?
Trying to go for that 6B. 2S hitting at that range actually hit the JS, the recovery frames of it. Trevor has meter. Have to expect the air throw. Rat's trying to bait out the air throw with this air movement.
With the danger. Oh no, the danger could potentially... You're still alive.
Barely. One more touch and Trevor's going to take this to a game 5. Oh, just first into the compel, and Rat takes it 3-1.
Rat, knowing that Trevor is loving the air throws. Sponsor quests. They're super easy. It's a like, it's a follow, it's a subscribe on YouTube, which is free, by the way, not here on Twitch. But either way, we're into the match.
Look, chat, where else are you going to find a 100-player bracket with top 3 as Millia, Chipp, only at TNS? So here we go. Both these players just trying to establish some pressure right now. No one's really gotten a straight confirm. Hold on with a little one here to put Rat into the corner.
Oh, the FD, though, pushed Voltiyon far enough away that the dust whiffs. Oh, man. Hate to see it.
Wow, a hero burst coming out from Voltiyon. A Rat answer for the first on their own.
Is it a hero burst when both of these characters simply explode?
You know what? You're right, actually. They both basically have no health bars.
Very easy to watch these health bars change leaders very quickly. Bad Moon comes through, and look at that. All these overheads you have to block. Gets the forward throw, sets up the projectile, and it actually hits meaty. Oh, boyo. Into the Oki.
Hard knockdown, and this is one mix that Rat needs here.
I like it. Just run up close slash. They're never going to expect it.
Okay,
YRC.
Yeah. Volt tried to go for the classic YRC run-up throw, right? But Rat sniffs it out and is ready for it. That's what you see a lot of players do, is they like to jump back when they get hit by the YRC, because it's going to avoid any slower buttons that the opponent tries to run up and throw out, and it's also going to avoid the grab, which is the most common scenario that you see.
Yeah. Plus, you know, Millia just likes being in the air. She hates ground. All my homies hate ground.
That's why she's got 2 air dashes.
Why she got wings for hay?
True.
Round start, slowly going the way of Voltiyon again, but a huge counter hit in the air-to-air definitely sings it against them.
Gonna break the wall with a fully charged 5D positive bonus. Rat is looking so unstoppable right now.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start your round, but this is a good comeback potential. Positive bonus on both sides now, actually. So you do have some mix going to be coming your way.
Rat is forced to spend the burst, unfortunately, here, but going to immediately break the wall with the super. Won't be enough to kill, but they're going to get that hard knockdown for a setup.
Positive bonus just ended here for Rat, and they're already getting it back again. The J2K not going to whiff. The JP challenges it.
And the unsafe hair car again.
No, it was safe. They got the tension because of the hit, so technically it was safe. It's super big brained that way. It's like, if this hits, I get tension. If it blocks, I might die.
Gambling it all. Oh no! Speaking of gambling it, Volt unfortunately dropping that burst and gonna get sent through the wall with the super.
Now it is once again one mix for the game with the Oki situation.
That is 2-0 right now for Rat. Like I said, looking kind of unstoppable right now. Just needs one more game to move on to grand finals.
Rat got the absolute power boost by defeating the player that knocked them down into losers, just Highlander style, stole their soul and is moving on, trying to collect as many as possible. And the only people standing left between them is two ninja boys.
I mean, not only that, but Rat has a lot of fans in the chat. The entire Plague is out here in the chat as well, cheering on their homie 9 Moons Rat.
Shoutouts to the Rat homies.
The Rat crew. The Rat Pack. All right, burst really early there. Already down about half health, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you have to burst early, but like it still feels bad because you're already so low on HP even without going through the wall. But now we're actually seeing Voltiyon getting to run a little bit of their own game plan. Oh, nice dash check. Stays same side.
Bad Moon. Oh, surprised they didn't go for a combo pickup there. I feel like maybe the wall break would have been enough to close it out. But you know what? They get the counter hit close clash, so that's all right. They're now on set point.
Chat, if you have rats in your heart, you should go to the doctor. And not me. But you get the knockdown there. Falling button comes through, gonna work out onto Rat, and now, oh, just too far away to get the complete link. But we're still challenging. Going through the wall, this is gonna be great damage. Potentially one mix for game, actually, because Millia is squishy.
Yeah, and this is the best that both have looked so far in this set. But I love the jump out there from Rat, making sure they don't have to hold any of that mix-up in while they're in the air.
Double air dash back?
With a perfect open pull.
Yeah, Volt finally showing some signs of life. You know, maybe it was a bit downtrodden after losing the mirror match, but they're back into it a little bit now. Wow, just block coming through for Rat. Good stuff there.
Combo though, backs up against the wall, plus frames on the Gamma Blade. Drifts upwards, goes for the overhead mix-up this time.
Great challenge coming in from Rat, buying them a little bit of space. And now it's their turn. They throw out the projectile opposite side, but it doesn't matter because you still got the throw.
Ooh, and the close slash. There it is. Rat 3-0 over Volt, moving on to Grand Finals loser side to face Marvelo. So, you know, gamble-wise.
I'm going to go with chat. I'm going to go all in on Marvelo.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got the Rat crew out here. Oh my god. Look at that emote.
The Rat crew actually came through and hard-bodied that prediction.
All right, and Rat starting off strong, getting the burst out of Marvelo and has a substantial life lead, chasing down with the IAD back. JH as well.
Marvelo always going to DP on your opponent's wake-up. Be disrespectful. They expect it from you. And look at that. We're through the wall. Positive bonus here for Marvelo. Stays same side, but keeps the pressure on. FDs are trying to come through, but the grabs are un-FDable.
The land into the pickup there to take the round. Marvelo is insane.
You thought I was going to OTG? I got 2 of them. Don't you worry. 1 hit equals burst. That's how it's got to be in the matchup.
Riding that Bad Moon all the way down. Marvelo just runs out of the corner and says, you know what? Actually, I want to go back.
Actually, I hate it here. Not a fan.
I feel more comfortable when Millia can't get behind me.
Oh, wow. That just block was insane. It was the quick addition of the projectile coming in from Rat there. They get knocked down. They got to hold the pressure. 6K coming through. Fast RC to keep it safe, but look at that. You dead?
Oh, the cross up straight
now
to
you
the
are.
super. You don't even get a chance to burst.
There's a bit of spaghetti there from Rat, not gonna lie, but they recovered nicely. Rat doing a really good job of chasing down the Chipp backdashes here. We've seen 2 of them now, and they're not gonna relent. Oh, but the air-to-air, Marvelo looking good.
Version able to break the wall as well with the 6H. Tons of damage on deck, and that positive bonus for Marvelo is going to do a lot here.
Nice block on the cross up. The Capel, though, going to work out, and you get a pickup after that? That's kind of gross. That's not clean at all.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah, I don't... Listen, Daisuke, we got to talk about that vision of yours, man. Can we see you an optometrist, please?
I'm sick, but luckily there is a doctor here.
Forced to burst, but look at that. There's one on Rat's side. Scratch that.
And that is going to be game 1 here going to Rat. Chat, do you believe? Do you believe in Rat?
That was a very fast-paced game 1 that realistically could have gone either way.
Yeah, down to the wire, right?
It's super interesting to see how they have similar play styles, right? Of just like mix-centric, and you know they don't do a bajillion damage like some of the other characters in this game, but the health difference between the two is still impactful enough that Marvelo dies in 3 touches almost 100% of the time, whereas Rat can survive up to like 4 or 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though Chipp is pretty consistent as well with damage, which is the surprising part here. But right now, it just seems like Rat is dominating the neutral game, and that's what's most important in this matchup in particular.
Marvelo's definitely having a tough time navigating the neutral, whether it's the air-to-airs that are constantly going Rat's way, or even just the ground game that Marvelo is having a hard time with the projectile, honestly. The throw into projectile wake-up is 8-0 matchup almost.
Yeah, it's that JS putting in so much work as well. Marvelo's also having a very difficult time anti-airing Millia, which of course is easier said than done, and is about to get set through the wall again. Positive bonus on Rat's side. About to go up 2-0 with one more confirmed, but there's the mortal counter for Marvelo, now going to get a clean pickup.
Yeah, that was a huge counter hit, but I mean, look at the damage. Like, comparatively, it's not the same. Does go for the red RC, fast mix up, but air buttons come flying out of Rat, and that should be enough to do it, especially with the overdrive usage. 2-0 for Rat.
And Marvelo didn't even get a chance to burst there either. At the end, died with burst on deck because Rat had the awareness to go immediately into super.
Now, I will say, the last time I saw Marvelo in a grand finals, it did reset, and then they proceeded to 3-0 their opponent, as if they had simply remembered that they were playing video games. So there is always that concern, chat. You may be Rat fans, but it could happen to you.
The first set is data, right?
It's true download mode.
All right, lots of stagger pressure here with the 5Ks coming from Marvelo. Love the backdash there. And a 6P, yeah. That's something we haven't really seen yet from Marvelo in this matchup. It's utilizing 6P and establishing that as a counter option.
Trevor's been the only one up till now. So if we can get more of that here from Marvelo, it might have some space in the kit. But look at that, we get the tension. Forward throw, just trying to buy space again. Wow. Pressure being applied. He actually went through with the Rekka, but because of the jump out, Rat wasn't in a position of punish.
Marvelo actually bursting there to push Rat further into the corner and giving up a little bit of space, trying to force them to overextend. But what an IBFD, forcing Marvelo to come back in and able to get the punish with the JH. Rat is on reset point.
Again, the projectile setup game on knockdown is seeming too much for Marvelo. Everything went their way until they got the knockdown once, and everything slipped away. But couple 6Ps, they're in a good spot here.
So much patience from Rat as well. That risk gauge is starting to build up. The 5P to answer forces the burst there out of Rat.
But I think that's acceptable, right? Like, you can hold that as Marvelo. You know that they don't have that defensive option anymore, and they've spent so much tension just trying to FD you away. But your pressure's so tight, your strings are so locked in, and as soon as you get that one hit, you just watch their health bar disappear. But is it Rat's turn?
Okay, no. Marvelo able to take the round there. Still in this. But of course, Rat is still reset point.
Yep. And there's no punish on the car because there's too much pushback. But the 6P clone comes through.
Ooh, oh. The PRG breaks the wall as well with the 6H. Marvelo not going to let this reset easily.
No, definitely doesn't want to have to go through an entire other set if they don't have to. The 6K comes out, and I don't think they expected it to, as we saw the throw attempt. YRC trying to beat out that, again, wake-up projectile. It's been so problematic.
Oh, 6B forces the burst out of Rat there.
Oh, 6B gets beaten that time. Burst available here for Marvelo, but again, do they get a chance to use it?
Yep, there it is. This is still anyone's round.
DRC forward, and you saw Marvelo instantly FD.
Oh my god, the pickup! Rat with the wall break! We have a reset! A 3-0 reset!
Yeah, Marvelo just getting swept up in the corner there. Again, honestly, like that's happened a couple times now, and so Marvelo, like you said, doesn't want to give it up too easily, but Rat is on a mission.
Doctor, Rat's confirms are completely out of this world. I have never seen a Millia make confirms like this. Just off of seemingly random stray hits. It doesn't matter how low to the ground they are, Rat is able to pick them up into a full confirm into wall break.
And we didn't see that in the earlier match with them. Like when they played Trevor the first time, these were not here. These are new confirms that they've come to the grand finals here with.
Here we are. This is it, our final set of the night at TNS, and Marvelo is starting it off strong.
Yeah, this is loser side Marvelo now. You gotta play the whole set. It's not just that win one and go home. You got a whole potential 5 games ahead of you, and Marvelo taking round 1 with a vengeance.
Again, Marvelo trying to establish some pressure there with the 5Ks, right? The staggered 5Ks and the 2K. Oh, gold
burst. Drifts upwards. Oh, but the Alpha Blade, interestingly enough, takes the corner away. But now we got combos.
Big throw in the corner as well. OTG straight into the plus frames with the Gamma Blade.
Don't let him out of the corner. Man dash into the Capel has been deadly before. And now it's Mix Up City. Now you got to block.
Oh, what a 6P. That forces the burst out of Rat.
But again, this has been the weakest part of Marvelo's game. Marvelo.
I can't. Rat is just playing out of their damn mind right now.
Completely out of their gourd. Marvelo just is not holding back. We got to get them into a meeting with Esteban, just teaching them, you know, about holding backwards, because this is not it. I get your Chipp. I get you have no HP. You got to challenge when you got to challenge, but... All right, wait, that was actually a lot of damage. Holy shit.
All right, has the meter. Goes low this time.
Goes overhead, and no burst. You're dead.
All right, Marvelo going to be able to take game 1 in this reset here.
Yeah, Marvelo winning their first game of grand finals.
Yeah, wow. First game. And remember, guys, there is still time left. This is the final set of the game. Make sure to check out the match arena. Throw a couple extra bucks in there. You know this is exciting. We need to support these players. Let's get that match arena up as high as we possibly can.
Still plenty of time, chats. Just like there's plenty of time for Marvelo to hold this mix. That time, though, he's just going to DP out immediate burst from Rat. I love it. It's going to give you plenty of time to build it up again. These rounds are not going so fast that you won't see it. Oh, my God.
All right, the burst coming out early there from Marvelo, but being able to pick up with the Capel.
Yeah, that was a sick catch. But the double backdash coming in from Marvelo. Going to go to corner to corner.
Oh, using the fastball there to escape the corner. I like that a lot. Oh, with the 6 Yeah,
that was the longest clone, too. Like, that was full screen clone. That could have gone so horribly. Double overheads coming out here from Marvelo, though.
Oh, chasing with the JK. Able to take the round as well. Marvelo is starting to lean into these really unsafe overheads as well. Going into the 3rd hit of the Rekka. No meter to back it up.
Marvelo with the smartest of reads there too, noticing that Rat is trying to jump out of the corner so often, and JK just traps you there, right? It's like back in the day when Ramlethal used to do jump P-mash. It just catches people trying to play defensive. Oh my God. The left, right.
Shout out to Utility 9 Moons as well for the $2 direct contribution to the match, Reno.
Yeah, the left-right is apparently too much for Marvelo, but when they finally get it straightforward and are able to do their thing, then finally they get to play the game. Huge counter hit, no burst available. A YRC could come out, but it's the BRC. And we're still challenging with 6P.
And Marvelo is not allowing Rat to jump out of the corner, locking them down with that JH. Marvelo going up 2-0 in the reset. If Rat wants to win this tournament, they have to make a reverse 3-0.
Listen, Jobber, what did I say before the reset happened? Rat, don't let it happen to you. You will be the next victim of the Marvelo loser side if you don't step it up right now.
Marvelo comes from Marvel vs. Capcom. They got that Wong factor.
The Wong factor. They're not Wong. Just because you played the same game.
They all have the spirit of Justin Wong in them, okay?
That's true. Justin's not a competitor anymore. Full-time content creator, baby. Got to give it up the soul to somebody else. But can you have the Wong factor if you just get annihilated by left-rights?
We're going to have to see.
The JP, and he gets a pickup afterwards? We're mashing. There's no thoughts here, just buttons. A little late on that spin that time, but it's okay. Goes for the overhead. Made it safe with the RC. Counter hit.
I really like the way that Marvelo is adapting to stop Rat from escaping the corner here.
Oh!
Okay, Marvelo's blocking them. Blocking left rights now. It might be over.
It still got hit by the unsafe Bad Moon, though. OTG gets the jump in as well. Not enough to kill because the wall break very early. But we got meter.
Oh!
It's a pixel. It's going to be a 6P.
Oh! Rat making it on the throw, and this is tournament point now, Doctor.
Tournament point here from Marvelo for the 3-0 after getting 3-0'd. And look at this. Rat's in the corner, having to down back for their life. They're going to challenge anyway.
Yeah, aggressive burst coming out from Marvelo as well. Wants to keep Rat locked down here.
Rat's going to get a burst in a second, though.
Your health bar.
Yeah, it's literally all gone. It disappeared in a blink. How do you recover if you're Rat? How do you make it back? It's not enough to kill. One more will do it.
Just one more touch, not even a mix-up, and the 5K, the bread and butter from Marvelo, going to be able to close it out 3-0 in the reset, your TNS number 50 champion.